And we's recording.
Alright, so welcome back once more to another session of a rhyme of Goblins and Ire. And we have a full party again today, so thank you all for being here. So of course I'll welcome you all in once more. Let's start, we'll go from left from right. Gavorkov played by Xander.
I just realized that we might be getting tracked because of me.
Well, Pins played by Lodra.
It's okay, I just had contact with Great and the Steam Morgana, so we're fine.
Clang played by Spectre.
Wait, all I heard was something was Gav's fault.
I think that's the general consensus. And then Ikamale played by Ledgerbro.
It's nice to be tracked. At least you know you're not alone.
So, well, hopefully that might be the case. Last week, you guys, you retrieved all the packages. You decided to make your way up north, where you met up. I'll move you guys to the map over here. Because you guys went to the Deathmaw Caves, you had a close encounter with the Mushroom King, and you decided to take on the scroll and go up all the way north, close to Aradil, to Humber Oak, where you took on a quest to investigate the Honeysuckle Winery. Because you were told that there might be some foul magics at play, as the ground used to be cursed and now is in full bloom. And the Silverbuck sisters, who run the Honeysuckle Winery, also managed to actually win the annual contract to be able to deliver their wines in the Aradil Borough and the whole eastern side, actually. And so, of course, your employer wasn't happy with all this, and so he asked you to go there and to figure out what made it that their grounds were able to produce fruits again, and what might be their secret ingredient, as he thinks that the reception of their wines and the ravings about them don't seem to be natural. So you guys have made your way over to the Honeysuckle Winery, where you encounter some soldiers, and Clang recognized these knights and this general as from Aradil, who was actually called there on behalf of the Silverbucks to investigate why one of their cards got attacked and ambushed. And this knowledge came to them by a good friend of you guys, Kihiri. So, I'll move you guys over to the Honeysuckle Winery, where you currently have decided to go to bed because it was late in the evening. And as you did so, Pins decided to go on a little adventure and check the inner garden, where there was a large tree that had a mirror in it, very similar to a mirror that you guys had to also attach to a tree for Morgana in one of your first missions. Pins managed to stand on his tippy toes and slightly see into the mirror, and after calling Morgana's name, she actually did appear, and that is about where we left off. So
she did tell me that something about the mirrors, that I did good and that I should find more mirrors or something.
She talked to you. She said you did a good job, and she asked you if you had received the green gem. You said, I did. And as she said that, and you remember the gem, she asked you to come closer. And in your ear, she said, "The king is dead."
Yes.
And as she said that, you got a vision of a green gem, and you see it shatter, and all these flocks of ravens flying out, and you see the sky rain, almost like the same kind of gems and almost like meteorites when you guys were fighting the Hillies. Just a lot of chaos in your mind. So yes, that is about what you saw. That was the last thing, actually, that happened. You saw the vision, and then we cut the session. Yeah. So you have been kind of in a stupor as you watch this vision, as it all floods into your mind. You don't know how long you've been standing there. By the time that you come back to yourself, you start noticing that it's going from late midnight into early morning. You guess that it must be around maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. You do feel rested. All of you actually have been able to get a long rest. Gavorkov, you left Gevo the spider in the kitchen, who is still sitting there and holding rest. Pins, as you come to yourself, you hear commotion. You hear the voice of Delmore, the guard that they hired, and he is calling out to each of the sisters, that being Githa, Annalise, and Erle. And at first, because you're in such a stupor, it's kind of muffled until you really come back to yourself and you hear that his voice is actually quite panicked. So all of you start waking up from this commotion.
Good morning. Oh God.
Going-
Wait. Where's Pains?
Pins turns to his spider and like,
How long have I been standing here?
Spider's
Oh,
not very
no.
smart.
Just
I
5
don't
more
even-
minutes.
can I listen to what the dude is yelling about and panicking about?
Yes, he's not screaming, he's just, his voice is kind of raised. Definitely, roll me perception.
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am, rather.
Oh, there you are.
No, I should probably not talk to myself.
Probably no. At 24, yeah, that will do it. As you focus your ears and you hear Delmore, you hear him from that side. The walls aren't very thick, they're just wooden walls, so that muffled sound, like it's loud enough that you can understand what he's saying. You hear him say, "Annalise, I can't find Githa, I can't find Erle anywhere. You guys need to get upstairs, get into the room, lock the door. There's an attack from the north. I will try to warn them off. Please try to contact the general. Lock yourself in, quick now." And you hear a door lock, and Annalise says, "Well, I don't know where Erle is. I saw her last down here. Just, I'll find her." And you hear footsteps going that way.
Did he say he can find Annalise or Erle?
Erle, sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Are we awake enough to hear that? Or, are us over here awake enough to hear that?
Yeah, also roll me perceptions, but you are definitely waking up from the commotions, the doors locking, the quick footsteps. With an 8, you
Yeah,
hear
no.
you kind of hear just a muffled like close the door, and you hear some
Yep.
panic from the ladies, but you can't quite make up what the wording is.
Yeah, no. Kling is busy trying to pull him. He's hanging halfway off the bed, is what it is, and he's just kind of going, "Oh, okay, what? Oh, what?"
Mhm.
Gav is gonna cast a message to Shadow and will say, "Something's happening. Get ready."
She's like, "Oh, and I only just went to sleep." Ugh. And she gets up really slowly. You hear her listen, put her ear against the wall here. And it's like, well, someone is about to end, huh? And as she says that, Delmore bursts into the room and he says, "Anyone who is able to fight, I would love assistance. Otherwise, hide upstairs with the women."
What
Hide
happened?
upstairs with the women.
What's happening?
Oof.
You don't treat your leader like that.
Otherwise,
You're
if
not the
someone can
leader.
find Erele, that will be helpful. I'm at the north. There is an attack. I have no time to
Yeah.
spare. And you see him take his weapon out, and he starts running off.
Well, looks like we got to go find Pains. He's not here.
Yeah,
Didn't you hear all that as you're like over
Yeah,
here moving?
he's just looking past the door, waiting for the guy to leave, and then he just walks over to the bedroom.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
they're missing one of the sisters.
yeah. These was
Did
nice
you-
people. We gonna help them out, right?
Oh,
You see, as you say that, you see Erele sort of, the door is ajar, and you see her look throughout, and she says, is it dangerous?"
God, we're good.
Pains.
Any
He
event-
just walks over, bonks him in the head. I'm still getting dressed. Don't be causing a fuss.
Alright. Alright.
Didn't even mention pay.
I don't know if it's dangerous.
He's getting
They
paid
want
for all this
fighting.
stuff.
As you guys stand there talking to Erle, you hear loud, high-pitched screeches. They sound like war cries, but the cutest war cries you ever heard. It startles Erle, and she says, I guess I better get going to my sisters. If you do help, of course we'll pay." But she panics, and she...
Yeah, just go over there. Yeah, okay.
Lock yourselves in. Lock yourselves in. Come on, lads. We just got to go find out what's going on.
Did that sound? You said it sounded cute. Does it sound anything like fucking
Hilly
Hillies?
trolls.
Very much.
Okay.
More hillies? Oh, lovely. Hey, Gav. He's got your kin coming in here.
They also start
Great.
hearing a battle horn, but instead of like that really loud, deep, it kind of sounds like
Like a trumpet.
yeah, kind of like a trumpet. It's so you
Oh,
do
God, we're being
hear
attacked by Ewoks.
you do hear very something heavy,
Oh,
and it kind of reminds
right.
you of the sound of that sort of war machine.
Oh, those assholes.
Yeah, I knew
that's
that was
kinda-
gonna bite us in the ass.
Let's go. We got to move faster. I'm sprinting through the. I'm sprinting.
Yeah, you see
Is
you see that this door over here is left open as Delmore. You kind of hear the footsteps of Delmore as he is moving up there,
I crashed through the door. Where's the situation?
and you follow Delmore. You're the first one there, as everyone is like sprinting, and you see him panic. Lock the door behind you, and as he turns around, you start seeing a large, kind of gigantic keg that is being pushed and ridden by all these small little hillies. As this is what you see a war keg. Should players here.
A war keg. Lovely.
God.
Pins, you sent him in the wrong direction.
No, these are different ones.
Imagine Hillies, okay?
They are hit, but are these the same
Yeah,
Hillies that
no, I
attacked
mean-
us beforehand, or are they different ones?
Oh, that is very hard for you to see. It's like they all look alike, but they
Wow.
do seem like the same
The DM's racist
types.
here.
Yeah.
They do seem like the same types. It just seems like there's a bunch of them. And as you're moving in there, you start seeing that from
Before-
yeah.
Before things start going off, can I do a Pokeball switch and say I choose you, Rose?
Yes, you can actually. I think it's a bonus action to do so.
It is, yes.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I don't know, but I'm missing music, or it's not going for me at least.
Let me take a look at the thing here. It looks like it's trying to load here. There we go.
It's fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the change they made.
As you guys start moving out there, Shadow's also following. I think you guys have control of Shadow, or am I wrong?
We don't.
I don't.
Okay. So you guys make it out there, and as you watch, and as Delmore is frantically trying to really heavily bar these doors so no one can get in, you see all these Hillies start streaming and pouring from between all these hedges.
I have not put up my glamour. So if this guy was expecting a halfling, then he's going to be very surprised when a goblin comes out.
Okay. But yes, you guys see many of them start pouring, and you see another one of those war kegs
Oh, dear
start
Lord.
pouring in. So it's a
We're
full
gonna have
attack.
a party.
You see, as the ones you've come to know as the lightning Hillies, you see their large scimitars raised, the crackling lightning lighting up the early morning sky, as these totems start appearing, and you see as water waves start pushing out from the middle and electricity starts crackling. I don't know if you guys remember that. It wasn't a pleasant experience. So as this all happens, I need everyone to go and roll me initiative.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Oh, that's just terrible. I love it. I should probably have this up here. Yep.
I don't know if this is correct.
Oh, loving the drums.
Sorry, I'm having a mistake on my initiative. This should be.
I don't know. You rolled pretty well, as far as I can see.
No, it should. What's this? It should be 10 plus 10.
Well,
So I rolled a 20.18.
Okay. Yeah, you can edit it.
well, it looks like Rose got on the initiative instead of Pins.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
okay.
because I selected her, but it rolled my stats.
Okay.
Just reroll.
Yeah.
20.
I'll remove Rose from the list here.
Okay. Oh dear
Okay.
Lord, I am so slow today. We did just barely wake up though.
That is true. So let me see. I think everyone has rolled their initiative now. So Pins, it does open with you. So as you're standing there, you hear the creaking wheels and the screaming of all these helis as they're pushing this barrel. And you see that from the sides of this barrel, these two mechanical arms start emerging. And it's holding smaller barrels. And these arms slowly start rotating.
That can be good.
The barrels start. Okay, that's not good.
So it has two arms now, and that are holding smaller barrels.
Yeah, but it's being operated by someone, right?
Yeah, it is.
Someone needs to call Gundam.
I would like to use a free action as a poisoner to poison a bolt.
Yeah, go ahead.
3 bolts. And shoot the operator of this barrel.
You can't see them; they're in the barrel. But I will say that through the slits of the eyes, if you take a disadvantage, you can try and aim for the operator or one of the operators. There's 3 in there.
Oh god, there's 3 in there. So, question regarding explosive silver bolts. They
Yeah.
cause you to suffocate. They inflict suffocate. Is that only for creatures that are vulnerable to silver?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we try talking to him first?
Yes.
And he shoots.
My kind of talking.
Free action wolf hunter's mark.
Absolutely. The barrel, the machine, or the operator?
The machine.
Okay.
And the operator is going to be poison. Sorry.
22 is definitely gonna hit it.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you're going for the operator. Yeah.
So 20 here.
20.
21.
That hits. Definitely hits.
Anyway.
You hit one, and you hear a very audible. And you see behind the eyes, one of them just falls away.
Oh.
The machine is still rampaging forward.
Yeah. Do I see? Because I am a sharpshooter. Can I see through the slits if I see another one?
You see multiple creatures moving, but because these are slits and it's really tough to see, you cannot distinguish how many exactly are in there.
But I can see a body.
You can see things moving in there for sure.
I would just blindly shoot again. Disadvantage?
Yeah. If you try to hit people in there, yes.
Yes. Uh, 13.
13 will not make it.
Alright. First round, dread ambush.
Okay, go ahead.
16.
16 is gonna hit. You once again hear a loud squeal, and this barrel, almost as if one wheel comes off, like one wheel starts running while the other is still, and it starts sort of like circling around itself.
Okay.
There seems to be a lot of panic inside. You see the barrel move left and right. These arms, one of them starts rotating backwards.
Yeah, bonus action, shoot again, because I had extra attack, so that was first attack, extra attack, dread ambush, and now bonus action, shoot again.
Okay, go ahead. Another 16 is going to hit for 12. You do notice that the machine steadily slows down till it comes to a halt and then slowly starts up again, but it keeps rotating around itself. Seems like only one of the operators is still active in there, trying to get this thing running.
I think I got them. Oh wait, no, I think there's one more. Come on, repeating sting.
Damn.
15.
15 is going to make it, and as you do that, this barrel sort of like sinks in on itself, and you hear a loud crack. One of the wheels comes off, and there's panic, and now one of these arms that are flailing around are now starting to sweep up dirt everywhere, and you hear a small explosion from this thing, as it seems to not be operational at this point.
Yay, we did it.
Hey, Paige, look at that. They didn't use enough spit on it.
Okay, and everyone overheals for 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
you all got a shield for 3. All right.
Including Pretty Boy over here.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, thank you. By the way,
That's
do you
what
still
you're
want
paying me
to
for.
move, or is I?
We're together here. You move.
Is
Is there a balcony anywhere here?
Tree.
a balcony? There's
Yeah, I
trees.
can see a tree. Yeah.
Th-
Is this
there-
fence too high, or can I hop over this?
It's a pretty high fence.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. In that case, these are bushes, right?
Yeah, they are.
He's going to just go.
Excuse me, come on. Tea looks so good in the morning. Come on.
I'm gonna move over there, into a bush.
Yeah, go ahead. You do that. That is going to bring us to Ikomale and Delmore. Ikomale, you go first.
Okay, first, question to the DM. How would you rule enlarge or reduce on the war kegs?
Oh.
The same, I suppose.
I mean, would you say that it is just affecting the war keg itself, or everything inside it as well?
I'll say that if you use a higher spell slot, that it will affect those inside as well.
They're
Yeah,
already pretty tiny.
I don't want it to affect everyone inside. That's the thing.
Okay, well, technically the spell says you cast a creature or an object you can see within range, larger or smaller for the duration. You choose either creature or an object, so that's neither worn or carried. So I'll say you can go for the keg, but probably whatever is in it will get pushed out.
It pushed out. Okay.
Early morning. It's not fun. Come on, Clang. It's time to go big or go home.
Alright.
And I'll walk close up here, and as I'm walking, as I'm walking down, I'll cast Enlarge on myself, and I'll use Meta Magic. Where are my things again?
They're in there somewhere.
Too many points here. Yeah, there we go. I'll use Meta Magic for Twin Spell, and I'll cast Enlarge on Clang as well.
Okay, we are now.
Nice. Okay, so you are now normal sized, basically.
Yes.
We are
so there you go.
medium-sized creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm about as tall as you, pretty boy.
For the first time now, Delmore seems to be really looking at you guys, and Clang is green. And there is confusion on his face, but you seem to be on his side. So he shakes it off, trying to focus on the battle again. So what else do you want to do, Kamale?
Then for my bonus action, I would like to use my channel divinity and issue the champion challenge
Oh, boy.
Okay, on who?
on everything that is within 30 feet of me
Jesus.
and hostile.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
put
Okay.
yourself an aura up here, man.
Wow.
Very brave. Very brave. Okay, that's what you do.
And it is a
start to aim.
it is a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail it, they cannot move. They cannot move further than 30 feet away from me.
Yeah. Alright. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
And what is little Blurba doing? Who is he taunting?
Little Blurba is just going for the closest target he can find.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ikamale, did you give yourself 3 health from Rose?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
Okay. That is. If that is your turn, let me see, because this one needs to roll a save actually. Which he doesn't make, so he does take the 10, and Blurba heals for 5. That was a good roll on damage there.
Outstanding is what it is.
You see that he gets chunked pretty badly immediately as he comes screaming, almost stumbles and lands on his own sword. But that does bring us to the Geoheles. You see as these sort of heavily kind of all these roots that have grown over these Heles. They have kind of big, heavy shields and crystalline swords.
Nice.
Oh, now these guys are pretty decent.
And they start pouring in. Obviously, because of what you did, they can. Are they also compelled to attack you? Actually,
No, they're not compelled to attack me. They just if they fail the wisdom saving throw, they cannot move further than 30 feet away from me.
okay.
I mean,
So
the
let me
wording
see.
says it compels other creatures to do battle with
Battle with you.
But
yeah,
that is up to
but that is-
interpretation.
Yeah, that's up to interpretation.
Okay. So this one makes it, and it's gonna go straight for that really big human. This one though does not make it. It's gonna go run in your direction. Can only make it to there. This one also is not making it because they are horrible at this. This one also goes and tries to attack you. So you have 2. This one makes it here. So you have these 3 trying to get to you, Ikamale. So as this one is standing right in front of you, it's gonna use its earth shield, and you see that he bashes his shield in the ground, and these rocks like start jutting out like really sharp spires out of the ground. And I need you to do me a con save, please.
Con save. Okay.
Yes, please. A 20,
Damn.
you make it. As you feel that these spires are gonna impale you, you actually dodge out of the way, and you don't actually get stuck. You sort of break free from these. You notice that these are brittle enough for you to break through. You do take 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing.
9 piercing. This one is gonna do a poison blossom, and you see that he hits his sword, juts his sword forward, and this Hilly sends out hurling vines in a straight line, and they speed over the battlefield, and they do slashing damage as they reach you. He does hit you. That's gonna be 11 slashing, and I need you. Let me see here. You take also 2 poison. But that's actually reduced to 0 because you have that trait.
Is he also a spore breather?
He's also a spore breather. So, this one, however, is going to miss its attack. So you see once again that this one also tries to shoot those vines at you, but they just land kind of like beside you, and they don't seem to be able to grasp you. Neither did the other one. That is going to bring us to these electro hilly. So they also, this one starts running up to you. You, by the way, don't you get opportunities attacks?
No, I did not go into my fighting stance, so no.
Oh, okay, okay. This one is going to try and run over there. This one also is going to run. They have very little legs. They can't move all too far. So they're gonna make it all the way up to here, and they start to surround you guys. This one, you see, Clang is going for you as he raises his little lightning scimitar, and he goes like, ah! He rolls a 28. You take 9 slashing.
Oh boy, yep, I certainly do here.
You take an additional 7 lightning damage.
Yeah, I remember why I hate these guys.
But that is their turn.
That's right, I forgot to adjust this here.
You hear some chanting from the back, from really far behind some of these vines from the vineyard. They are roll me perception for it. See if anyone can hear that properly.
All of us?
Yeah, everyone can roll perception. 22, 8.
I'm fully awake now. I'm fully awake now.
You got zapped by that lightning, and you are fully awake, and you hear that chanting, and it's familiar to you. It sounds much like those mages that were summoning those totems. You also see the totems. Yeah, you hear that summoning far back. Ikamale and Pins, you hear that too. Kavorkov, you're a little too overwhelmed with what's going on right now. But that is the lightning, so that is going to bring us to you, Clang.
They summoning something again. And this is the one that just hit me.
It is.
I don't like him. I'm gonna. Let's see here. Wait a minute. I gotta go back to enlarge here.
1d4
Like it.
extra.
Yes. Well, I have. Do I have a damage modifier thing here? No, I don't have a damage modifier for it here. I don't think. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Well, then here comes this. The Mace of Vigilance right down on this little asshole.
No, 25 will definitely hit it. You do it 19 points of damage. Okay,
Oh.
so.
Oh, we're not done yet because one of those is a superiority die. Okay. We're doing this. He's gotta beat a 15.
Okay. Well, he does not make that, and as you hit him, whack him with that mace, you see a little puddle form beneath his feet, and then really shortly after, you just crush him as he just gets squatted.
Well, it's still the Mace of Vigilance, and this guy is within range.
He definitely is.
Oh, well, he wet himself while he was dying. Oh my god. That's how I'm seeing it now. Okay. Yarg. How's a 16 hit him?
A 16 will hit. No, actually, no, it will hit him. It will hit him.
Oh, thank goodness. So if that'll hit him, he'll just take that. Damn, I rolled pretty good on the D4 there.
You did. Okay, he takes
That's
an 11 chunk. All right. You hear a squeal. He seems a lot more resistant with all those vines protecting him and all that armor on his little body. But you definitely heard him. You can see that. You see that a part of his helmet has crushed in.
Oh, lovely. Get off me, human. All right, and that's all I'm going to do for the moment here. Just gonna make. Actually, no. I'll move out here, a little ways and make myself look a little bit more intimidating than the human behind me.
All right, all right. That is going to bring us to you, Gavogov.
Okay.
Wow, we're
So
proper hobgoblins here.
what I'm gonna do hopefully doesn't fuck up all of us.
Only less
But
hairy.
Gab is going to upcast the 3rd level as
Oh no.
Fireball.
he grabs out a bag of sand with some petals, and you see him, he mushes it together, and he sticks it out. He reaches into his back pocket and puts a single cricket down in the center of it, and then throws it in
Oh,
someone's
no.
face and casts sleep.
Oh, okay. Interesting ingredients. Let's see. And who are you?
So
Where
it
are
is
you throwing this?
it is going to be here.
Oh my god. Okay, so
So
let's see.
it is 32 hit points, starting from the
yeah, so-
lowest.
Okay, so this one here, who just got hit, are there sleepy? You know what? This looks almost like a Z. He falls asleep. This one will fall asleep.
So
And that is about it.
okay, because it is 32 minus whatever his HP was, and then minus that guy's
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't hit those guys. And then he is going to. What is this? Bonus action or an action?
Did you say hit those guys?
No, don't! And he is going
I
to
think
bonus
he's hit
action
him.
hex this guy. And that's his turn. As he then. Yeah, he's gonna stay there. That's his turn. That brings it to Chesty.
Sorry, I was muted. Which one did you hex?
This
All
this
right.
Earth Knight.
Yep.
Chesty is then going to attack that same knight.
All right, roll. That's a 6.
So
That
minor item.
is-
Okay.
Okay.
message you.
He does eat that. Yes. Okay, so your turn.
That is his turn, yes.
All right. Okay. That brings us to these war kegs. So this one is a little out of service. It's still rotating around itself. It's causing kind of havoc. It's actually beating some of the healing turtles in its vicinity with that malfunctioning arm. This one, however, is slowly starting to gain speed and then quickly starts moving, and Vorkov, it's ramming into you. And as it does, it's
shit.
actually moving all over these hillies, and 2 of them die.
Oof.
Oh. Okay.
But it is gonna do a ramming attack on you. It rolls for 21. It does 9 bludgeoning damage to you. And I need, that's gonna be you and Shadow here needs to actually roll me a deck save, please.
Okay.
14, okay. She doesn't make that. What do you roll?
A 16.
A 16, you make it. Like, as this large cat starts rampaging towards you, it's almost also you get stuck under it, like some of the other ones did, but you manage to dodge out of the way. You do take a lot of damage as it crashes into you, and you see these arms start rotating heavily, and it's all of you see this as these small barrels start. The hands crash the barrels, and these hands start rotating and throwing all these little small barrels around as they crash around the battle place. You'll smell as like a heavy alcoholic smell, and there's like this fizzy juice, sparkling fizzy juice that's flung wildly from the wargag's rotating arms, and I need everyone in a 15-foot radius of it. That will be basically all
Spread
of you.
everybody.
Yeah. Please roll me a con save.
I have some bad news. It's gonna hellish
Yeah.
rebuke. So I might have just blown us all up.
Well,
Oh no!
DC 16. Okay, let me roll that as well. That is a dex save for Hellish Rebukes. Okay. He does not make that, so you do that damage.
There's my con save.
Your con save 23. Okay, so you make it. So everyone who rolled below a 12 gets 2 points of drunkenness. This
I'll add
means
in my favorite by the cupcake to a
favorite
total of
cupcake.
14.
Ah, nice. Okay. That's good. So everyone who rolls under a 12 or lower gets 2 levels of drunkenness, which makes it so you are
Clang.
affected. You have disadvantages on ability checks, check rolls, but you get to roll 2 hit dice as temporary hit points as that warm fuzzy feeling sets in. You feel courageous, you feel like nothing can hurt you. So everyone that rolled 12 or lower also gets to roll 2 hit dice of temporary hit points. This one starts lumbering forward as well, but it can only make it till there, which will bring us back to
Okay,
pins.
Basically, it's forcing us to get hit die here, and we don't get frightened if, well, or rather, we have advantage against frightened.
Yes, you do.
Basically
I don't
drunk.
see a. Okay.
You also have disadvantage on ability checks at the moment because of level 2.
That's okay. I don't plan to do anything other than hit.
Okay.
And
Nice.
Fighter
So
got bigger hit. Yeah, Fighter got bigger hit die.
exactly. So you have huge hit die. So they don't actually get expended, but that's the amount of temporary hit points everyone gets. All right. Yeah, Pins. That brings us back to you. Oh wait, that hellish rebuke. How much did it take from that hellish rebuke?
11 fire damage.
11 damage. Okay, there is a small explosion, and you see that barrel is heavily damaged.
Okay.
Since you're right next to it, you're gonna take half of that damage.
Me. Okay.
So does
Pain! Gav, what you doing?
Shadow.
Sorry, force a habit.
So what would you like to do, Pins?
Right. So,
You want me to take out those totems?
Do it.
spread out. Can I see this one over here? Or is he behind the bush?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So I don't see this totem either then, right?
No, you just see that there is some electricity in the air here. And here you see there's some kind of water effect. And here's electricity again.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I would like to use a bonus action to cast Hill of Thorns.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't seem to have a whole lot of armor, right?
These, no. These, yes. So the purple ones, no, they're not heavily armored. The yellow ones, they are.
Mm-hmm.
The purple ones look like this.
Oh yeah, those ones, right.
needs to squish some more.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bonus action cast Hail of Thorns, second level.
Okay.
I'm actually going to shoot. Like it says within 5 feet of the target. Does that mean at all sides of the target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing anyway.
So yeah, so it will be there and there then.
Yes, it would.
So yeah, that's what I'll shoot a Hail of Thorns at that thing.
Okay, the malfunctioning barrel.
Yeah, the malfunctioning one that I
Okay,
killed everyone inside of.
Yeah.
So that's a hunter's mark. It's since that's not a disadvantage, right? It's just a normal target.
No, you're hitting the barrel or the war keg itself. So
It's normal. It's normal. I will load that up with an. Am I out of those? Oh no. With an incendiary bolt.
all right, go ahead. Is it 17 minus 15? Minus 5?
Yeah, because I was using sharpshooter.
That will miss though.
12 against an in at. Okay. Well, extra.
It's still moving and so also rotating around its own axis. Basically.
Yeah, that's right. Extra attack.
Okay, go ahead. That will hit. So you hit it, and that's this Hail of Thorns now activates. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Just
And is this also still with the incendiary arrow? Are you using sting?
Yes, I'm using sting. The first one was a miss, but I will use the ethereal property for the second one.
Yes, exactly. Okay. You do that, and you see that there is this thing was already on fire, malfunctioning. There's like an explosion, much larger than it was like right over here, where you guys are standing over there, and it actually affects that barrel, and there is like sort of a chain reaction of fire and thorns. This beacon over here, that one just poofs out of existence. This one, you see, it's heavily just damaged. This one is just completely fucking broke. Like it just exploded. This one, you hear panic. You see one of the riders actually jumping out. It's on fire. It's trying to get out. It's still chucking along, but there's a lot of panic. So that was very successful on you.
All right, so this one
How do
is
the rest of the hillies
took-
look after that here?
it took 10 Hail of Thorns damage and I guess incendiary.
Yeah.
So
It's looking quite bad. The explosion, especially.
so
did
on
a
its
lot of
on
damage.
its next turn it will take 2d4 then, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well,
I use a bonus action to do that. I will use a repeating sting for a common ethereal bolt.
all right. Go ahead. You can see everything that's not behind these very big grapevines.
I will shoot one of these totems.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna try to sharpshoot it because why the hell not?
All right. Go ahead.
That's a natural one.
That will miss though. As you shoot, it'll goes right next to it. Say it, Ted.
I meant to do that.
No one saw it.
I don't think we meant to do that.
And I will. Wolf lets out a howl as he moves the hunter's mark to this one.
All right.
And Rose heals
Do you still
everyone.
have a bonus action?
If Wolf does it, it's free, right? Oh, no, applying it is free.
Flying it is free. Yeah.
Well, he will do it next turn.
Okay.
Rose heals everyone for 3.
Yes. So everyone heals 3. If you have full health, you overheal, or you get a shield of 3.
Oh boy.
That is gonna bring us back to you, Kimale.
Wait, yeah, I didn't like that. And this closest one, I'm just going to actually draw my sword out now and just use the green flame blade and give him a whack.
Go ahead.
With one hand. And that's a whopping 8.
And I just said like gonna miss. Oh.
And yeah, as it didn't hit, well, that's my action, and then this is not starting good, and I'll take a couple steps back to line up with Kling. I'm probably going to get some opportunity attacks here.
Yeah, you're gonna take 2. So that is gonna be an Earth Shield. The Earth Shield is going to actually miss you. The other one is gonna be a Scimitar attack.
Right,
Attacks
I
from
have
9. Yeah.
I have Swift 12. It's the same roll.
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, never mind. Going on.
A 19. Does that hit you actually? No, it doesn't.
19.
Yeah, so they all miss.
And for my bonus action, I'll go into my my fighting style.
Very good. That's gonna be very good. Sorry.
Blorba then is going to take a step or coming in and going for the same target using the mocking gestures.
This one or this one?
The Geonite.
The Geonite. Alright. It will roll the thing. It does not make that, so he is taunted. Alright. That brings us actually to the Geos. So this one is gonna attack with his Earth Shield. Gonna attack Blorba. That is a 22 piercing damage.
Okay.
Holy crud!
It is immune to the condition, so it doesn't need to roll a con save. This one is asleep. This one is gonna run in to you, Clang, and it's gonna try and attack you. It's also gonna use its Earth Shield. That is going to be 15 piercing damage, and I also need you to do me a con save to see if you get impaled.
Oh, so that was just an automatic damage there. Oof. Oh wow. Okay, con save. Here we go. 20.
Oh, 20. So these, once again, these rocks, they jut up out of the earth, and as you feel like, oh, it's gonna hold you in place, you just slam down your shield, and it's got the brittle earth, it just kind of shatters under that, and you do not get stunned. You see, well, no, that's their turns. That's gonna bring us to the scimitars.
I
Guys
had
over here.
Tiny question.
Yes.
Since I was at the tree during the night, does that stupor still count as a long rest for me? Or am I
Yes.
exhausted?
Yeah, I told you.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
You
All right.
you were sort of in a coma, but you definitely got your rest. So this one is asleep. This one, they look at those really big goblins, and you see this one thinking, and he sees his body sleeping on the floor, and he says, and he starts running to you, Pins. He thinks, you're just there in the bushes. You must be much easier of a target. And he is going to attack you with his lightning. So the 28 is going to hit you for 5 slashing damage and 6 lightning.
I will. Can I attempt? I don't know if I can. Can I use my reaction to get up and point at my hilly belt and say,
Wait, I'm one of you.
You know what? Roll me persuasion.
Oh dear lord!
Oh my god!
Please.
So you get up and you say, "Look, I'm one of you," and he looks at that hilly belt and he recognizes that. You see recognition in his little beady eyes, and you see him as he raised the scimitar. He now sort of scratches the top of his head with that scimitar, and he drops his sword, and you see him shrug. Oh yeah. You recognize it as like, I guess, and it just sort of like turns around and thinks, and I'm not sure what to do. So it just wanders around a little bit in confusion. That is his turn. This one is trying to get to you, Ikamale. He's raising. Yeah, go ahead.
It's 13.
You hit him.
Yeah, they don't have much.
That is -4. Very good. You see that you guys smack him pretty hard. He seem very young, like maybe younger, like maybe new recruits. They seem very littler than the ones you fought before. But he bravely tries to still hit you. He rolls a 23. That is, I think, gonna hit you.
Yes, that is going to hit me.
All right, that is 7 slashing and 9 lightning. That is, well, that's them. That brings us to this hilly mage, who feels that some of these totems have gone. Roll me perception, all of you.
Oh dear lord!
Let me try to be perceptive.
12.
Okay, Gavorka, you're covered with. You're in between all these large objects. You don't see shit. Ikamale, you're a little preoccupied. So is Clang. Pins, you're the only one that sees it. You see from behind these vines a tiny hilly starts floating in a bubble, and you recognize those as one of these mages. And you see he's wildly twirling his staff around. And as he does that, he summons another one of those lightning totems, and he summons it right over there.
I just got rid of that. Come on.
As he does that, I need you guys to take some damage.
Fuck.
Okay, so he
I was
crit
hoping to avoid
failed.
that.
He literally rolled once on all the damage. So everyone takes 3 lightning damage. I think he'll survive.
Rose is like, oh my god, I just healed that.
Yeah. Then
Is this guy not on the initiative order?
this guy, he goes together with Ikamale. I forgot him. But I'll
Following
do him.
guys.
I'll do him after this. You hear another chanting. Since your perception was so good, Pins, and you see a little staff popping up from behind here. Over here. Am I on the right layer?
No.
Nope.
Okay, over here. You see a little staff from the bushes, and you recognize that as well. Is that being the water mage? You hear some chanting, but nothing's happening yet. But that is the mage's turns. Clang, I'm going to do your turn together with Delmore. Delmore is going to rush out. You see him run out over here, Binsey, and he really heroically he says, you see like this red rage aura start appearing around him, and he starts screaming. He actually grows a little larger, and he starts, like with 2 hands, he starts flailing around with that sword, and he hacks in that really confused goblin that just left you alone, just murders it and keeps running over there.
Great, he's a jerk.
I'm gonna call you Bob. Never mind.
Yeah, that is your turn, Clang.
Well, damn. I'm torn. I want to either attack that or attack this one who was just trying to hit me. You know what? Let's end him first.
All right.
So, so vigilant. So I'm gonna expend a charge on this one here for necrotic.
Oh, nice. Roll me that.
That is a
16.
15.
That's gonna just hit it. That is his armor. Oh, 15. Shit. It is 16.
That's
gonna
okay. Oh, great Morgana.
Ooh.
Can I get a do-over here? That's plus 8, isn't it? Yep. So essentially plus 9. Okay.
18. You hear,
Yes, crush all underfoot.
and you feel that invigoration, and you actually like swing back with your face, and poof, you just clunk him right on that helmet. Turns around as you hit him. Jesus
30 damage.
Christ, that damage. He is dead, Kling.
That's okay. This was going to be a sweeping attack anyhow. I was going to hit him next with the sweeping attack, so he would take the superiority die, which apparently, holy fuck, that's a 7 damage here. So
I actually forgot my
giant.
The enlarged damage on that one as well, as
Oh,
I
yeah,
got the reaction attack. So if
I'll
you can
do
just
another.
add 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And that secondary
got
damage.
Yeah, it's just 7 damage here because I believe they only take the superiority die here.
Oh my god. Okay, so you miss first, then you just sweep backwards, and that mace kunk, like hits him in the head, and that helmet turns around. At first you think, yeah, that's just a helmet, but then you hear a crack, and the body just slumps, and that entire head, you know. And as you do that swing, and it hits the following target, you see that you just bonk it in the armor. You see that his arm is completely crushed, and he drops his little sword. He looks at you. You see another little puddle appear, and he just falls backwards. Roll me perception. And insight, actually. Roll me an insight.
Oh, hang on. Damn it.
It's
It's the same roll. It's the same roll.
okay, fantastic. Okay, so you roll an insight. You see him fall backwards, and you see that like he quickly like opens one eye and then pinches his eyes closed again as he sees you looking at him. He's not dead, but he's trying to pretend he is. He's basically on 1 health, like bleeding heavily.
Okay. Not confused in the slightest here, but I have other things to deal with here. Damn, I didn't expect to splatter the dude. I'll go ahead and direct the second attack over here at this guy, the totem, because I don't like those things.
Do you stand in place or do you move then?
I'm not moving. I'm standing still here. I'm using Mace
What
of
a
Vigilance.
smart decision.
This thing has 30 feet of range here. I can hit anything.
Go ahead for an attack.
That
A
is
13 is going to hit it. That is 13 damage. Oof. You see that half of this totem just falls apart.
Well, I'll
Watch me aim
say-
that thing.
All right, Pinch, finish off. All right, that's all I'm gonna do.
All right, that brings us to Kavorkov.
Okay, so Gav is going to move up this way. He's gonna stand there and he's gonna put his foot on top of this guy.
Okay.
And then he is going to use that as leverage to look over Blurb and bonus action pass over a hex to him.
Okay.
Actually, shit, I forget this thing's still alive. Bonus action pass
Yeah.
X to him, and then Eldritch Blast.
Wait, so are you moving it over? I'm a little confused now.
So, since that
This
one is still
the
alive,
barrel?
Ke-
Yeah.
sorry,
Okay.
Barrel's still alive, Keg is still alive, so he's gonna stay there. he is going to pass over Eldritch Hex to him.
Yeah.
And then he's going to Eldritch Blast.
All right, go ahead.
But 23 and a 9.
So 23.
23.
That hits. A 9 is not going to hit.
Yeah. So that first hit is 10 damage.
That's a lot of damage, and that's force damage, yeah.
Yes. Force and yes.
You see that under the pressure of this pure magic of force, you see that some of these planks start to crack and bend inwards, and you hear panicked screaming as you notice that this barrel is starting to catch fire. So and you see that some of these side decks that got flung, you see that Ahili is like desperately throwing all these tiny barrels out as some of them are on fire and little explosions start going up, poof, poof, poof. But yeah, that's going on. Is that your turn?
So, well, there's a door behind me, so I can just do that.
It's barricaded though. They barricaded it
right,
closed.
they closed.
Let me in!
Gonna do... Because I can't go through them. Gonna go here. And there.
Shadow looks at you and she says, "What would you like me to attack?"
He'll point at this as he runs.
Okay. She looks at that and you see she thinks, maybe not. And you see her run up this fence and leap into the tree and instead throws daggers. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 15, 16, 24, 10, 18. Okay. So she tosses daggers at this thing. And you hear some screaming from inside as 2 of these daggers actually hit someone who's inside of there. But yeah, that is what she does. Is that also your turn now?
Oh, Chesty. On that guy.
Chesty, okay. Chesty on that guy. Roll Chesty. A 6. That is...
Minor item.
Minor item, okay. The kegs. So, yeah, this one is also now burning, and it's actually going kind of in a rampage, and it just bursts through the bushes over here and, like, knocks over this one over here, splatters it. As once again, I need all of you to roll me a con save as these arms are flinging this fizzy juice all over the place.
This one takes 6 damage, 6 burning damage.
Yes.
Do I also roll for the fizzy juice?
Let me see. 15 foot. You're out of range of that. Are you out of range of this? Yeah, you're out of range of that, I think.
Woohoo!
So it's gonna be just Clang and Ikamale. A 10 and a 16. 16, you make it. You though, Ikamale, you do get more drunkenness.
Do I get to choose my hit dice?
You can just roll the hit dice you have, so you can roll 2 of
yeah,
them.
He's
I have
multi-class.
I have multi-class.
Oh, I'll say yeah. I'll say you can choose. Did you already have drunkenness before or
No.
not? Okay, so now you also have 2 levels of drunkenness. So yes, you get to choose your hit dice. You get as temporary hit points. But this one is has now like rampaged through here. These bushes have started to cut fire. Everything is starting to catch fire. There is a lot of chaos.
Hello, save the grapes.
This one, however, has stopped moving. The Heelys that were inside of there, they jump out. And this barrel explodes. I need everyone in a 10-foot radius. Let me see. Once again, that's actually just you, Ikamale. It's gonna take explosion damage here. So let me actually check how much that is. Okay. So that is 12 fire damage as this thing just explodes and dies. This one also takes that 10. This one is now for real dead. Okay, that is the barrels.
Oh.
That brings us to you, Ikamale.
No, me.
Okay. Pins first off.
Oh, did I skip you? I'm so sorry. Pins, at this time your turn.
Yes, I will. Wolf. Bonus action. Howl at this one.
Which one?
This one here at top. The first mage we saw.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He's floating in the air. You can see him.
Is this still early?
It's very early in the morning. Yeah.
If I look up in the sky, do I see anything happening?
No, you don't. But roll me a perception as you're trying to target that guy. Oh my god. Oh
All
my
the natural
god.
20s today.
Okay, so
How much of the ether does he see?
you recognize something. You recognize something you gave one of the mages before they left. When you decided that one of them was going to be the leader and they were fighting over who the leader was.
Mm-hmm.
That is that guy.
They went the wrong direction. They went the wrong direction.
Because you crit, you know that. He doesn't seem to particularly look at all of you. They just seem to be in a frenzy to get inside here. Because you rolled a crit, you see that that is actually the guy, and they might not have really seen you. There's so much chaos, they're just frantically trying to get inside there. Roll me an insight because you actually critted.
Oh, inside. Yeah, my strength.
16. Well, 16's high enough. You can gather that probably they went the wrong way. They didn't seem all too intelligent, and they might not have recognized you thus far. Because the smaller ones, you know, they do anything that they're told.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mages that are the boss.
Oh, come on. We gave you a chance. Let me get your attention.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, gonna shoot him. All right.
Shoot him.
Yeah, I get up, I stand up straight, which is rare. I try to make myself as big as possible. I stretch out one arm and like one hand just shoot Sting at him.
Okay.
Hunter's mark.
At 28 will definitely hit it. For 15 damage, you see as a reaction, the shield glimmers. And as you have seen that before, this shield of lightning comes around him. And as you shoot him, this lightning arcs back over to you. Take 16 points of reflect damage. Lightning.
The reflect is higher than the damage I did?
This is, yeah, he has a very high reflect shield. So you buzz. He turns around. Let me roll history. They're not very smart.
I'm gonna
They
be
really are.
standing there like a Italian Joey, go like, "What you doing, man?"
19. Okay, so he looks at you, and he sees you, and there's a moment of recognition while things are exploding around you. Pins, for you, it's as if things go in slow motion. It's like a beautiful song is playing as you look in his eyes, and all these explosions of fire and screaming and death and blood, and your eyes meet, and there's recognition. And he holds up his staff and he screams something in Haley. And all the screaming stops, all the fighting stops. All the Haleys turn around and look at him, and everything goes quiet. And the only thing you hear is Dalmor screaming and raging over the field and hacking and slashing. That is,
Oh no!
that is
Somebody
what
stop
you
him! Somebody stop him!
So that is your turn. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Pins?
Yeah, let me see. I use an action to shoot, get his attention, and get my ass zapped. Can I say something to him?
You can definitely scream something if you will. The silence has returned, except
Yeah.
from your
No.
party screaming and Dalmor.
Like, Jesus.
What instructions so hard? I gave you like a map even. Where did you go wrong?
You see, he scratches his little head and he takes out the map and he turns it upside down and then turns it again. And then he sort of holds it up and points at it.
Morgana.
As a reaction, I will bonk my head against this wall. That's my turn.
Okay. Right, so you guys hear the screaming between him and the Hillyturn. You hear that suddenly all the Hillyturns turn around. All of them turn and face that one as he screeches something that you guys, understanding some Hilly, understand that it's something similar to halt. And everything has ceased and stopped except for these Hillies that are on fire and still are screaming.
If they didn't put themselves out here this week, they need to die anyway.
You did hear me scream like we gave you a map, so.
Yeah, and then you see this one take out a map if you're watching, and you see him look at it, turning it around a few times, pointing at it, and say, "Morgana." Kamala, it's your turn.
I'm actually just gonna make a roll if I even noticed any of this.
4.
Okay, it's okay. You see Kling over here going, "Oh, okay, they finally understand." Dumbasses.
Yeah. Okay. And then I look at or brave guard just going berserk.
Bell run, yeah.
For fuck's sake! And I'll run. I'll run over here to get in range a bit further.
Okay, as you run over there, I need you to roll me a dex save.
Yeah.
Also, get 3 healing from Rose.
Yes. An 11. Okay, so that doesn't make it. You run into this aura, and you suddenly feel engulfed by a bubble, and you are oscillating and suspended as you're screaming. But you can do me a save once again at the end of your turn to try and get out of this bubble, to swim out of this bubble. So roll me another one, because you're kind of out of combat at this point.
We're just trying to stop a genocide.
Instead of that, for a moment, I'm in a bubble.
Yes.
I'm just looking at my mocking blurb. I'm pointing at the totem.
Okay. Okay.
And, sending him to do a hit against it.
Yeah. Go ahead. He's immune to conditions, so he can't get bubbled. He does 1 damage. Okay, very good. But that is gonna bring us to the Geos, who do nothing now. Neither do the other goblins. Neither does this one. Clang, that does bring us back to you.
I keep forgetting his name here.
Delmore.
Oh, Delmore.
I'm gonna yell out to Delmore. Delmore, stop! Stop! There's a misunderstanding.
You hear that loud screaming as he goes for
For the love of you know what? I'm going to do something. This is my action here. I was just doing the free action to stop it. But no, let's do this. We're wasting this for the day. Boom. Grab him by the arms and say, "Stop! He's friendly."
He turns around in confusion and he looks at you, and he then you see him look around. You see that he's just in this haze, this barbaric rage, and he looks at you and he seems confused. And he then looks around and he sees that the whole battlefield has gone still. And he says it to you. I don't understand.
Just calm down, calm down. I've seen it before. These idiots just went the wrong way. Supposed to be going down south.
But you are. And as he tries to piece together that you are a goblin, that they're surrounded by goblins, I need both of you to roll me a dex save.
Oh, great. Dexterity save. 11.
Both of you start being encapsulated by a water bubble and start oscillating.
Okay, I can hold my breath for a while here. I'm
Yeah.
I can do.
Okay, but he has stopped. Gavorkov, it's up to you to end the battle or to continue it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't really have anything that can help me reach him. Because last I saw the guard, he looked not all that beat up, right?
Not at all.
Yeah. And from what I'm aware, this guy already knows who we are.
Yeah, he seems to be confused and befuddled as he's trying to find the right way to read this map.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. 60 feet. So if I run here. Let's go for... If I stand there, do I get hit?
No.
No.
But how do you run there? You were here and you run here?
No, I'll do it.
You will
Yeah.
pass through. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then I will. Okay, so he is that far. Hold person.
Okay. Let me roll his save for wisdom.
He's already in the bubble.
Yeah, he's in a bubble.
Oh, I
Well,
thought that was
he
Clank
is-
was in a bubble. Okay,
No,
no.
both
No,
of them. Both of
we're
them
both
are.
in
Both of
bubbles,
them.
but I'm still
Yeah.
Think of it as one large bubble because
Okay.
I'm technically holding. I'm holding him.
Yeah, they're based in this floating bubble, like oscillating inside it.
Okay. Does any of these guys look like they're still attacking or confused?
No, all of them are confused. There's
Okay.
only these two that are rolling over the floor, trying to get their fires out, and that's the only kind of like whimpering and screaming you hear. Everyone else seems to have gone quiet.
Okay. Press the digitation to turn off fire.
Okay, you do that. As you do that, you see this mage, and you, Clank, can actually hear this, like kind of like distorted as you're in this bubble, and you hear something that is similar to "oopsie," and he dismisses his totems, and you all like boom, like a deluge of water just splashing on the floor.
Looks like I don't need my bath for today.
And as the bubble ends from me, I'll do what I was supposed to do or was planning to do and cast a command on Delrond to
Mhm.
yell "Stop!"
Oh yeah, that's still going. You say stop. He does not. He's not good at wisdom saves. So, as he's like getting up and again, and he freezes. Basically, just he stopped for a few seconds there, as he feels that, and this one starts floating over, coming closer, and he looks at you, Pins, and he comes to the floor and he starts waddling over to you, and he puts the map on the floor and he points at a certain point with his staff and he says, "Morgana."
What point is he pointing at?
That's a good
Honeysuckle
question.
Winery.
That's not Morgana. You know what? I am very impressed that you're trying to raise anything that you pass while traveling to Morgana. But this is not where Morgana is.
Morgana.
He seems very insistent as he pokes that paper with a stick, and he takes out a little mirror and he shows it to you.
Morgana.
Can Clank come up right behind him, reach
Yeah.
down, turn the map right side up, and then point down, say Morgana.
You're saying that Morgana told you to go here?
No, they stupid.
It's hard to understand. What you understand is two words: portal and Morgana.
Did you see Morgana in that mirror?
What's the word? Animates while he's talking. He was holding a mirror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says no. And then he starts using his little arms and he makes these wide motions like clouds almost, and he starts rambling. And you understand something as in a dream, Morgana, portal, and then this place.
Can I see the mirror?
Yeah.
And he gives it to you.
Is it,
It's basically it's just a dirty piece of glass that is made ever more dirty on one side, making it somewhat reflective.
yeah, I shake it because that's how technology works. And
Yeah.
then I say,
Morgana! Morgana!
I try to
That
see if that thing
there
works.
is no response. Roll
Yeah.
me an insight, Pins.
I don't think that's how this thing works.
13.
13.
Good grief, these guys are dumb, and we're dumber. Oh God.
You, with a 13, you understand that there's some connotation with mirrors and this place.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Morgana does appear in dreams as well.
Mhm.
Idiots leading idiots.
I mean, yeah.
You know what? Maybe I can bring you to the mirror at the tree as long as the others stay outside.
uh,
He nods at you, and then when you say others stay outside, he says,
Yeah. Oh, come. Oh, come. Morgana. Portal.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a portal to Morgana.
he knocks here at the closed windows, like,
Hey, can you guys like open the door?
so they are actually, there's a ladder here that goes up to a second floor. They are at the second floor.
yeah, he doesn't know that. He's just knocking on the latches here.
You can see a very wet Dalmor coming from behind here, and he says, I'm thoroughly confused at what is going on.
You know, it's pretty easy. We send them to go to Morgana, and they saw Morgana in a dream, and there's something about mirrors and portals, and now they are here because they thought they had to be here.
I mean,
Yeah.
how can you be so confused? I'm literally green.
He's just beyond him. You just see that he's never encountered something like this before, and he doesn't quite know what to do with the situation. And he says, "Let me go inside
ladies
and
at-
ask what they want me
ladies
to
at the-
do."
All right, Delmar.
already know about us.
Delmar, one moment, please, Delmar.
Yeah,
This was your first fight with us, right?
it was.
Everyone takes 4 damage.
Oh,
As this radiant beam comes out of the sky to everyone who received healing, this radiant damage. And you see Dom immediately like takes out his sword out of his scabbard, and he says, is this a declaration of war?"
No,
No,
that's just Rose. You should see your face. Open the door.
Oh God.
"I will do no such thing. You all stay here." As he sort of, with a stretched arm, he sort of like moves the sword around, and with the other hand, he is like moving the barricade from
At
the
the very
door.
least, you can bring the ladies out here to meet the people here before we send them on the right way.
I will do that. Stay here. And he sort of squeezes through the door and like locks it behind him.
Okay, bye.
And it takes a little bit until he comes out together with Annalise.
As he's
Yeah.
fetching the ladies, I'm getting in line with Clang and just start yelling in Goblin.
Ladies, form a line. Get your friends. Pick them up.
And I'll try.
Just
I'll
put it in a
I'll
spit on him, they'll be fine. Unless he's dead. Then he's dead.
I'll start gesturing them to make a line around here.
They'll actually listen. So this one wakes up. Like, no
And
worries.
the
So
drag
good,
their-
they're not
drag-
that stupid.
Yeah, and to drag all their wounded combatants.
You mean dead combatants?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wounded.
Oh,
I mean,
They will do that.
So technically, I can retrieve one of my bolts, but this thing exploded. It's gone, isn't it?
It's pretty much done.
Oh yeah, no, that's a splinter. Oh, well, never mind.
So they have gathered up over there, and Delmar and Annalise make their way out. And you haven't really heard Annalise talk a lot so far. But she looks at all of you and she says, "Oh, you brought friends.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Pretty
Is
dumb.
my winery on fire?" As these bushes are wildly blazing.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I think that one over there can fix that.
And he points over at the water mage.
Oh, you go there.
And you hear him say something, and these big splotches of water start falling, and it's take out the fire. That thing is completely burned though. And Eloise looks at it, wincing a little bit. She says, "I suppose we weren't completely done with the back garden. Anyhow, which I am confused. Can someone please explain to me what is happening?"
They were supposed to go north. They were supposed to go south. They came north.
Yeah.
These are your troops?
These are
No.
hills.
I would say potential recruits, but they're seeming more unlikely at the minute.
They were supposed to go to our tribe, and unfortunately, they then went the wrong way. Apparently, they can't look at the maps right.
This one starts running to Annalise, and it holds up a map, and it says,
Morgana.
and it points at the door, and he says,
Morgana.
she doesn't understand that though, whatever it's saying.
Good
I
God.
want to use the portal to go to Morgana.
She looks at
There's
you
a portal.
sharply. She says, "What portal?"
There's
No, I was talking about a portal. He doesn't know what he's talking about. They're not as smart. They're not as smart as the goblins from the Broken Axe. This is the first time I heard of it.
Oh, lick a shroom.
First time I heard of it, but apparently I had a dream. I think it could have been an hallucination.
Well, everyone that's looking at Annalise, roll me an insight.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna do that here. Fail miserable. Oh no, no, not nearly bad enough here. Damn
Okay,
it,
so
it can
two of
play.
you are concerned with something else.
Man. Yeah, Gav's busy putting out the fire on the orchard. Or the,
With the
Yep.
16 and the 17, you see that there's a really hard look on Annalise. Before she has looked had much more of a softer expression on her face, and she always seems very silent and timid. But she now actually looks
White hot
confident.
rage. Oh.
Yeah. And she looks back at Delmar. You see her mouth something, but it's too soft for you to hear. Delmar nods, and he basically moves right next to her, barricading anything that wants to go through. She says, I don't know what you mean with portal, but there's no such thing here. And maybe it is about time that the contract is fulfilled.
I look at
Uh,
Wolf and
that-
say
that-
to him,
I'm looking hard at Pins right now because he's just giving away shit that he's not supposed to. And say, this is why you're not the favorite.
I just look at Wolf and say to Sylvan,
Yeah, that was suspicious, right?
saying that the contract is finished or over.
So that means we get paid.
No,
you
she's
took a
saying that
contract.
we need to get going. Is what she's saying. We need to finish up the job.
This Haley is getting really insistent though, and it's pointing wildly at this door, and it keeps repeating Morgana, and I'm pointing at them and enter Morgana, and Annalise looks at you all and she says, "Look, I'm willing to feed you all, and then I think it's time for you all to go.
Gav is
Don't
going
worry.
to.
Give them a place to eat." And you see
I'll go on.
Gav will
you
say.
see that Annalise starts turning around. Yes.
Gav will say. Or go ahead.
I'll tap the Healy mage on the shoulder, and I point at the right direction and say Morgana. So I point towards the south,
Mm-hmm.
as we are.
Morgana's that way.
He looks at you angrily and he says, "Yeah."
Oh, that's Goblin for you idiot.
I glare at him and I repeat my. I repeat the entire thing that
Morgana is that way.
He shakes his little head, but you are much bigger than him. Much, much, much bigger than him. So he'll step aside here next to you. But he looks with little pleading eyes at Annalise, who has turned around and starts opening the doors over here.
Gav will step up and he'll say, maybe they are confused, but why the change of attitude? We were
I
friendly.
don't think they're confused at all. I think that I believe that Morgana appeared to them.
this is a goblin.
Mhm.
I believe that Morgana appeared to them in a dream, and they came here for a reason. Whether they went the wrong way initially or not, they
Gavel
seem
res-
very intent in going here, and are very convinced that there's a portal here.
Gav will
This
respond,
Annalise.
I know. I'm trying to see why they're hiding it.
So, you're telling me that we should burn this place down?
No. For starters, drunkenly walking over towards Pins, bop him in the head.
I dodge it
And-
because you're drunk.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's like, he's not supposed to be talking about the portals.
Well,
That's why you're not the favorite anymore.
there are no portals.
Yeah, no, he's drunk.
Gav will continue towards Annalise. Perhaps they are confused, but I don't understand a change of attitude. We were friendly 1 second, and now We seem at odds. We haven't changed. What's different with you?
Well, my orchard is on fire.
Yes,
There's all
and
these little wildlings over here, and we've treated you so nicely. I am not one to have prejudice, as you've noticed. Last night we were very open, but I worry, and now there's all these accusations of some strange
nobody's
things
accused
happening.
Dorn of anything. These idiots came here by accident. We sent them in a separate direction. And they thought this was the place we were supposed to go. We
Should me
didn't
and my
plan
sisters be
an attack.
should me and my sisters be worried that you are not ordinary mercenaries? Apparently, you command all troops of goblins, and well, as much as I don't want to be prejudiced, usually that means one thing. Should I be worried? Should I have to protect my sisters?
We don't command these guys. We're allied with them. And we're trying to send them home. And if we had commanded them, do you think we would have killed so many of our own? As he just motions his hands towards the piles of dead bodies.
Man, we suck as generals.
I suppose that makes sense.
I
Well,
just don't understand why the hostilities started. I mean, just a few seconds ago, we were putting our lives on the line for you guys.
there is no hostility. Perhaps you understand me wrong. Just worry.
He's gonna incite that.
Mm-hmm.
Please, for the love of God. 18.
She's very hard to read, but it seems sincere.
Pins is sneaking away while they're having a conversation.
Yeah, roll me a stealth.
Stealth.
In the meantime,
You got
Delmore is going to pick up Clang. How long does enlarge and reduce last?
For a minute? Question
Oh.
or
Question
see.
mark here.
Guys,
yeah, 1 minute.
shrinking.
So it's probably over.
At 22, you do make it away without. Well, only anyone can roll an insight or a perception, but Annalise and Dalmor do not notice. But Dalmor takes you over, swings Clang over his shoulder, and she says, "Well, Arileo's already busy cooking, so I suppose we can all make our way to the common area and feed you all, and you can be on your way. Please don't touch anything."
What was the common area? Is that where the bar was?
Yes.
Yeah. Mushroom.
Can I attempt to go through this window?
Where are you exactly? Yes, you can.
I'm gonna have to enlarge the map here a little bit more. I zoomed it in for the battle.
Yeah. But you guys are led back to the common
Nice.
room. You see that Delmore carries Clang and brings him all the way to the common area.
As
And
we're moving through,
yeah,
um,
Annalise stays there to wait till everyone passes.
Clever girl.
I'm gonna. Yeah, so poofing in and out my familiar is very visible, I
Gavin's
believe, right?
Is
It
very
should-
what?
Visible, right? Like she'd be able to see it if Gav poofs in.
If he poofs in, yeah. Well,
Mhm.
she's standing inside, so
Mhm.
I suppose if you do it right in front of her, she'd see it. If you do it like here, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
She still has line of sight. She can see through the wall. So
Yeah, I understand.
As far as we know.
But Gav is just going to mentally communicate with Gavo, and he's gonna tell him, start clearing your way in my direction. You're gonna find a room with big barrels. You'll see some trees in the corner. Go past those trees. See what's behind there.
Okay. You control Gavo, so you can definitely do that.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him to do it stealthily. He's
Okay,
on
roll me
a
stealth for that.
secret
He's
espionage
very
mission.
tiny, though, as far as I know, right?
Yeah,
It's just really
he's a
tiny critter.
normal spider. Yeah,
Yeah.
a tiny spider.
How is he going about it?
He's gonna crawl through the ceiling or over the ceiling.
Over the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural one. So, yeah. Gavel.
Yep, there stat here.
So
I guess that just means that he's straight in the middle of the ceiling. Doesn't mean anyone's looking at him.
yeah, necessarily. Yeah.
A key rule of being a ninja: nobody ever looks up, like ever.
So give that. Or Annalise looks at you and she says, "Aren't we going to go to the common room?" She walks away, Volkov.
Oh, what direction is it?
Over there. She
okay.
points around that direction.
Oh, you've annoyed her.
Pins was about to open his door until he heard that exchange.
So these Hillies, like you all can move. Shadow's also following. Now you see that Shadow walks very slowly and kind of like in front of her. You're not sure why.
Oh no.
Can I open this door a crack stealthily?
Roll me stealth. 14. You see all these Hillies making kind of like happy sounds, and they start singing a song all together. And you see Shadow, and she actually sees you, locks eyes with you, and you see that she moves a little bit more this way in front of Annalise.
If she looks eyes with me and we recognize that of each other, I will take that immediate moment to slip through this door and close it behind me.
Yeah. She then starts moving on. So, as these Hillies start moving, you see that Annalise is still waiting behind. Let me see. Clang is being carried. Ikamale is moving himself. Where's Ikamale? I lost Ikamale. Oh, he's already there in the common room. Yeah. As they pass, you hear Vorkov hard stop as this one stops and all the other ones bump into each other. This one looks into the courtyard and just starts sprinting.
Oh shit! Gab is gonna cast Hold Person. So I don't think it's gonna on
they
the.
all start running.
Okay. The second he hears them stop, he's gonna turn. He sees the first one running towards the door. That's what's gonna try to cast Hold Person.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't know if it'll work.
Let me see any rolls. A wisdom save, right?
Yes. DC 14.
Okay, let me see. Wisdom. He rolls a 15.
Huh.
Do I see him and does he see me?
He doesn't see you, but if you go past there, roll me perception to see if you actually notice this as you're passing by. These doors are open, so you would be able to possibly see that.
I'm standing there. If I see them running, does it seem they're running towards the tree or past or through the courtyard?
No, it looks like they're running at the tree, and it looks like they're going around here where that mirror is.
Pins is going to make white motions to catch attention of this the leader, and then point there.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And he nods and he says, "Morgana," and as they all follow, like,
Gab just screams, "No!"
You see, this one starts crawling, like climbing up this tree, and almost like a window falls inside of that mirror, and the other ones start following.
Oh god, these hillies are just gonna get us in so much trouble.
I'm just looking around
No,
around the corner.
what?
Yeah, so Kavokov, as you walk back, you see that same thing. You see that they are like a train climbing up this trunk, up and sort of like pulling themselves up on the frame of the mirror. And as they sort of get there, they almost tumble inside one by one. They start disappearing inside that mirror.
Pince is holding his mushroom, just going,
Yeah, that was good, right? Maybe not. I hope it was good. Well, anyway, I guess we'll find out soon enough. I hope you're listening. Alright, bye.
As the last one disappears, you just hear this woo, 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 woo. And you, Pins, you see that the mirror itself sort of wobbles and then turns
ripples.
straight. Yeah, ripples and then goes straight again, and just becomes a solid object.
Gab just says, "Uh-oh."
I'm
And he-
sure it's fine. If there was a problem, we'd hear from Morgana by now.
We're gonna be hearing from Morgana soon, aren't we?
I'm waiting for the coin.
You don't have the coin. I
I-
have the
well-
coin.
Yeah, but I don't know that yet.
Gab is going to look to the side, see if he's coming.
You hear the footsteps of Annalise coming to
Gab is
hallway.
gonna very quickly run that way and just stiffly walk forward. Minding my business.
Shadow walks behind you. She says, "Where does all your little friends go?"
We're fact. Just don't mention them.
I see. She says, she has that face of why did I get myself entangled with all of you? You hear Geppo's moving. Annalise doesn't seem to be noticing. She gets over here. She closes these doors. Geppo does make his way inside there still. She closes these doors and she takes out this key and locks it. And she actually turns the key multiple times. And you hear several three of them. Seems to be a door that is locked in three places, bottom, top, and middle. Heavily and
Okay.
reinforced.
Mhm.
And you then hear the footsteps. Pins, you hear the two as she follows to the
Yeah.
common room.
I'm peeking around the corner.
Yeah. And then you hear the door over here open, and you hear the footsteps of the other sisters also making their way over there. But yeah, so all of you, like Delmore is trying to carefully set Clang up against the wall here so that he's really drunk.
Just don't do that. Just slam it on the table.
And then he's gonna stand here with his back against the wall, waiting as Annalise makes her way here, and she says, "I'll pour all of you a drink." And she starts tapping these barrels for wine as Arale comes in with a platter of food, and Githa follows.
Does he look like he's in a ready stance? Like,
He seems like a guard should. He doesn't look
Just on guard.
particularly. Yeah, he just looks on guard. He doesn't look particularly heightened senses or anything.
At the very least, we got to the point where he did not actually die.
Yeah.
After what was her name?
Githa.
Githa passes from his line of sight. He walks into this courtyard and sort of keeps rotating around the tree to keep her from line of sight until she goes into that room, and then he looks at the mirror.
Okay, so Arale starts putting a platter of food on the table, I will once again actually let you weren't actually here, but you get to choose 2 items from the menu that you can put in your inventory. That she puts on. So there's like a large hunch of meat. There are those little food cubes. There are the shroom slicks. And all of you are able to eat. Airlay does come sit here next to you, Gavorkov. Gita seems to be keeping an eye on the place, while Annalise pours drinks for everyone. And Airlay says,
Well, there was more excitement than I really wanted, but I'm happy that everyone is healthy and okay. Some of you have started drinking early, I see.
as she looks at Clang and Ikamale, who are both like Ikamale more
Bastard.
tipsy than drunk, but pretty out there drunk.
Is Clang still passed out?
I'd say he's wobbly now that he's been propped up against the wall.
I'll give you a slap on your cheek, and at the same time I'll cast command and give a holler out. Sharpen up.
Wait a minute. You ain't my where am I?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Oh no. Wisdom save. Terrible. 5.
So you sharpen up for at least 6 seconds.
For a moment, you get this moment of clarity where you're like, oh, we're here. And then Annalise puts these cups of wine in front of you and in front of everyone, really. And you might just be as drunk again a few seconds later, but we'll see about that. For now,
Lovely a drink.
But if that menu card showed up for you, for everyone, I'm not sure it did.
Yes.
So everyone gets to pick another item from there. So you all have 3 in total. So Ikamali, you get to pick 3. You can pick multiple of the same. That's okay with me too. But you can pick 3 items from that menu that you can put in your inventory. Gita at some point walks over here and she has some papers in her hands and she says, if you're all ready in a bit, we can sign the contracts and we can be on our way soon. Morning is starting to come and we would like our goods to arrive just in time. And
About all
early.
of that. Due to recent events, I have some questions. I'm sure we'll have some questions. As he looks at
I have some questions too, says Annalise. Where have all those little goblins gone?
Yes, that's what my questions pertain to. He's gonna look at each and every one of their faces as he says, so, that portal of yours is interesting. Does
You
he see any
see all 3
reaction?
sisters.
God
Roll me
damn it.
insights.
God damn it.
Everyone can roll me insights if they want.
I am sober for at least the next 3 seconds.
Yes. 13. Okay, not too bad.
I'm not there.
Clang, yeah, we get to you in a second. Clang, you have just a new drink, and it's delicious. Do you actually drink what Annalise gave you?
Hell yeah.
Okay. As you taste it, this is that purple drink again. That just sort of tastes like the nicest thing that you know, which is that really expensive booze that you got from Rothry Grey. That's what it tastes like for you. It's delicious.
A small tear escapes his eye before he looks at it, and it traces all the way back into the tear duct.
You Clang. Yeah, so you drink your cup. You don't notice too much. You're listening. You hear it. But Ikamale and Gavorkov, you two You watch the sisters, and you see that all of them kind of look at each other. Ikamale, you look at them, and it feels like they try to look at each other in some kind of confusion. Gavukov, to you, it looks like something more suspicious. And as you realize that, Pins, what are you doing exactly?
I'm looking at the mirror first of all to see if it's functioning as a mirror right now.
It's the same as last night. You stand on your tippy toes, and it's just your nostrils are kind of like peeking over, reflecting in the mirror, and your eyes slightly, because it's like human height, so it's hard for you to see inside, but it definitely looks like a mirror.
All right, so it is reflecting currently.
Yes.
All right. Second thing I do is poke my finger at it to see if it gives.
Okay. It's solid and cold to the touch.
All right. I will say. Look around, and then in a hushed tone in Goblin, I say,
Morgana, are you there, Morgana?
As you repeatedly say her name, you see that the mirror sort of glows a little. You hear it gets a really soft, kind of weird high tone, and it glows. And then as you keep saying it, it glows brighter, and then you see sort of like a looking glass, like being able to see through it, like a portal, almost like you saw the night before. And you see these curtains are actually all like torn off the mirror on the other side. You see Morgana's room. You see there is chaos. You see that curtain where Morgana's bedroom is. You see it get torn aside, and you see Morgana with these large like curls in her hair with those pins and everything, and she looks really tired. And
What is all this?
and she doesn't seem to notice you. But there's like, you see all these Heelys, and oh my god, and you see them start bowing for her, and you see that anger in Morgana goes from anger to, yes, I am amazing, and she sort of strikes this pose, and you see her head sort of like, oh, what is this? And she says like,
Whose gift are you?
and you see the mage that you've been talking to. You see him like bring up this illusion, like an illusionary image, and it's your image. And Morgana says,
Prince. I had demoted him. Well, maybe I should promote him again. You'll see.
And at that point, the mirror slowly goes dull and solid again.
Well, I guess, good enough. She's not going to kill us. For the moment.
For the moment, indeed. God.
At least, whatever happens, it's your fault.
why did you have to put it like that? Why is it? This is not the wording I was looking for. I will leave before she sees me and changes her mind. I will attempt to see if this door can open, because they left it.
As
Yeah.
Pins is moving around, I've noticed that Pins is missing absolutely from this room. So I will cast him a message and say, "They don't know you're gone yet. You can reply to this message."
You say that out loud, right? No, I'm kidding.
No.
He's a trained magic user. He didn't need to say anything out loud.
No, I'm not trained. I'm just gifted.
I will look around. I will look around and say,
If it's a you sound weird. No, it's the other one.
It's the pretty one.
I thought your name, I thought your voice sounded more charming. Yeah, I'm kind of looking around.
Let you know if the situation changes.
Right, thank you. I have looked into the mirror, and Morgana is pleased for the moment.
All right, so this door is locked. You can definitely try your thieves' tools, or you of course have that Scully key as well.
I do. But for now, I will not use the Scully key. Exorbitant prices. I shall use the thieves' tools
Go
with
ahead.
attributes.
And as you roll that, we're gonna continue over here in the room.
What
yeah?
skill?
Dexterity.
Alright.
Okay. We get back to that in a second.
Yes.
So, Gavorkov, you see that they give each other glances, and it looks a little suspicious to you in the sense of maybe they're trying to hide something, or maybe you're just imagining it. For some reason, you find it extremely hard to read them. You don't generally have this much difficulty trying to read a person.
I'm just curious as to where you got such a thing. And I find it very interesting. I was just out in the open like that.
I'm not sure.
Arale kind of nervously leans back against the bar and she says, and she starts twirling with her hair. Gavorkov, roll me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
21.
Ooh, lucky.
Holy.
You feel particularly mesmerized by Arale.
And
And-
that's her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And for a moment, all your thoughts just sort of disappear, and all you can hear is Arale's really honey sweet voice and how beautiful her hair is. And everything about her is just so interesting.
Thwack.
Does Gavarok look any different? Like, is there something that I would pick up on?
Roaming insight. His eyes glaze over a little, but let me see how much you see of this. You can either roll me perception or insight, whichever you want.
I mean, they're both horrible.
So
You look at Gavorkov as he just sort of stammers and then stops talking and intently looks at Arale, and then you hear a whack on the table as you hear next to you Clang just his head bashes on the table as he is just passed out drunk.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
really
but,
distracts you.
From Gavarok being just completely silent is that's completely new. So I'll actually just from that cue alone I'll use Divine Sense and see if I'll pick up on anything on that.
Okay, let me see.
Essentially just celestial fiends or undead.
You oh no, you don't pick that up. Celestial Fiend or Undead. No, I thought this also would pick up Fae.
No,
Actually,
it doesn't pick Fae.
Okay. You I'll give you this because you are also a paladin. You don't necessarily feel evil at all, and you don't sense celestial fae or fiend either. Gavorkov, you sort of your mind gets fogged and you smell this really nice scent that comes off of Arale, and as you do you remember that really special memory that you had to tell me when you guys were blacked out?
yes, let me look it up again. Yeah. Of the memory.
Yeah, and this was concerning
Mesmer smile.
Mesmer, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
As you smell that scent starts mixing with another scent, and that's Mesmer's smell. And as you smell Mesmer, you imagine Mesmer, and you see her smile, and that fogginess disappears from your mind. And for a moment, as she smiles at you, you look into her eyes, and you smell an awful rot before you snap out of it. And you look back at Arely, and you hear Annalise say, "Look, they have tried to protect us. We should be honest, Arely. It's not our fault it's there. And I know the druid told us to keep it safe and to protect it, but they tried to give their lives to protect us when they thought there was an attack."
Yeah, wants the insight because he's now back to awareness, right?
Yes.
He's going to look at Annalise and he wants to see how honest she's being because this is a complete 180 from like 5 minutes ago.
Go ahead, roll me an insight.
13.
Okay. She seems reluctant to say it. Reluctant to admit it. But it seems like there's no way around it than to be open about it. That's what you gather from it.
See here.
And so Arale sighs and she looks at you, and you see a little blush on Arale's cheeks, and she looks down. And it looks like she feels guilty, and she says, all right, I'm sorry. And she looks you over. I'm going to say with that same insight, you can roll me a new insight if you want, or you can choose the 13.
Roll a new one.
Okay.
Good
a 9.
enough.
Okay.
Yep.
But it looks like she thinks that you haven't noticed anything. That's what you see from her. She sort of like moves back around. She sits backwards on that bar stool, facing the room. And Githa, she walks up here and she says, all right, I suppose that this is just it. Fine. And she says, you all know that it took a lot of magic to lift the curse that once was on this place. We got a shaman, and that didn't work. And we got a priest druid, that didn't work. Eventually, it was our mother that we have called upon, and with our magic combined, we managed to locate the source of the evil. And it seemed like the evil was concentrated around this tree, and we had to cleanse it. In doing so, however, a strange thing occurred. As we cleansed the tree, this strange rot started creeping away from it, and as it did, the bark became visible again, and there was a mirror in there. And every now and then, for the first month or so that we were here, sometimes we would hear voices, and first we thought the place was still haunted, and maybe whatever we did in trying to exorcise it, it came back with a vengeance. It turned out that the voices came from the mirror, and sometimes things would appear on the bottom of the tree, and we weren't sure whether it was good or evil, and we performed another ritual to make sure that whatever was there kept bound in there, and this is why we put all the candles there and all the incense to whatever it is to appease it. Because for whatever reason, we have no idea what the mirror is, when it opens, and what it does. It just seems to sometimes feel like showing strange images from strange places, or whisper strange things.
How honest do they seem to be with all of this?
Well, everyone can roll me on their insight if they want. They seem very sincere.
Yeah, Kling is out cold, so no.
Hard to. It's just they're very quiet, as they were always really cheerful. They seem a different demeanor, very quiet, maybe some shame on their faces for keeping a secret.
As they're saying this, Gab is going to contact Gavo. Is going to ask, "So what have you found?"
So I don't see Gavo anymore. Oh, there he is. So Gavo says,
Oh, Master! I see all kinds of interesting things. There are barrels, there are weapons and cages.
Cages, what's in them?
Well, nothing. It's a big cage.
Do you see blood?
he starts skittering around a little.
Yes.
Do you see shackles?
Or maybe it's rust. Either way, it's the same-ish color, I think.
What about shackles? Mm. Try to see if you can check what's in the barrels.
Okay.
As Gavo moves over that way, he poofs out of existence. Your connection breaks.
Okay.
You can, yeah, you can, you can sense from this that there's some kind of suppressant. That's what it feels like. It didn't feel like he got hit by anything. He just ceases to exist. Pins, you rolled really high. You put your tools in there. You're looking, yeah, this is going really well. It's never gone so smooth. Like, it's like your tool's all oiled, the door is oiled, and as you hear that click, your tool breaks inexplicitly. And it's very strange to you because you've done this many times. And you have broken into many places. And especially with a lock that seems so easy to work with, for your tool to suddenly break is unnatural.
Yeah, you don't have to be so smug about it. I can hear you laughing in there, Scully.
And you do hear the Scully key laughing in your mind, and he says,
You know, for a small price of 1,000 gold pieces,
Oh my god.
I am willing to open that door for you.
You know, I don't think you can even open it. I was pretty good at it.
Hello, did you hear me? For a small price of 800 gold pieces, I am willing to open that door for you.
Look, I found some more thieves too, so I can try this again.
For a small price of 500 gold pieces.
Did you say 400 gold pieces? Yeah, I can do it for 400.
Right, 500 gold pieces.
He takes out the key and looks at it.
he sees the handle of the key. You see that skull face, and has a really bright white smile. And you see this little pointy teeth.
Right.
Deal?
You think you can open this thing?
I know I can open it.
For the heck of it, can I insight check an inanimate object?
It's sentient, so I'll say yeah.
Right. 8.
An 8. He looks very confident.
I hold up this broken tool next to me.
This was a very high grade. I got this from Glint himself. Okay, maybe not really, but he approved it, and look, it's broken. Unless you want to get broken too, you better be sure about this.
You feel a hard sting prick, and those pointy teeth, they bite your finger, and they say,
Okay, deal.
as your blood sort of seeps in that key, and he slurps.
Well.
You feel a wet lick on your finger,
And he says, Here you go.
That's really gross. Ow. Fine.
And 500 gets absorbed from my
Yeah,
account, right?
gets absorbed, and this key just gets a little heavier. You put that key in the door, and it is as if that's the key for the door. And you hear a soft click. And he says,
Or did you not want it stealthy? I can make a lot of noise too if you want.
No, that's
and
fine.
you feel that him brimming in your hand as he's trying to turn, like, loudly, but you hold it firmly.
Fine. No fun.
I push my finger into his mouth.
But that door opens for you.
I'll slip inside and take the key out and close the door again.
Okay. You close the door and it immediately locks behind you.
Oh no.
I will say in my mind,
I'm gonna go explore the secret room.
He thinks he's talking to Ikumai. Oh god.
Ikamali does not respond to that message. But you explore. What you see in the room is there seem to be like these testing, like a testing room. Some actually have sort of fires under them. You see that different fruits, different kind of grapes and berries are put in these large containers, like barrels almost. And it seems like they are creating new flavors or testing things.
Is it dark in here?
It's pretty dark in here, yeah.
Do I have to use my dark vision to perceive things?
No, it's not that dark, but it's pretty dark. Like the windows actually are covered with blinders. Not blinders, but what do you call it? The shutters.
Yes, I will take out the hot and cold bottle,
Mm-hmm.
and I will put some. What just happened? I will put some coffee grind with the thingy to make coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and I will add a dose of Robinson's thingies.
Yeah.
Coffee package at the proper amounts.
Yeah, you take out all his little glass vials, and you tinker with it. You put the right amount of flavors and powders in the coffee. Mm-hmm.
Right, and for the next 6 minutes, I'm under the influence.
Aha! Yes, you are. You can see in color. You have heightened perception. So yeah.
Yes. I just want to check if it didn't seem like there was anything. Well, I didn't know that, but I guess I noticed the ladder.
Yeah, you'll notice that against this wall, there's a ladder that goes up. There is a hatch, basically. That seems to be open.
With my passive perception, does it seem like anything here is of particular interest, or like do I see any hidden cellar doors or anything?
Roll me perception.
Right.
So,
Crit.
because you crit, holy crap, and you have Robertson's coffee, you see that this barrel in particular, you see that, everything is so much more colorful and lively. But this one seems to have a different kind of aura than these. This one seems to have a real kind of like when you see colors in oil, you just kind of see that as an aura in this barrel over here.
Oh, pretty. This is why you drink coffee.
Does this seem like the purple bottle barrel?
No, it's red, and it's not the same red wine that you've drunk. The red wine that you've drunk before was like a really deep red. This seems a lot brighter. This seems to be the purple one, the purple kind. This seems to be more like the red wine that you drank.
I would dip a finger in and just taste a drop.
Taste a drop. Okay. You taste it, and it is really good. It gives you sort of like a tingling sensation. It's slightly spicy, and then there's an explosion of flavor in your mouth, and it's really good. And for a moment, you think, I wouldn't want to drink anything else than this ever in my life again. And you think, maybe this is better than coffee.
Yeah, and then I snap out of that because that's just blasphemy.
Exactly. It just overcomes you like for a second. But you have that experience, like almost similar to what Robertson's, mixture does to your coffee. That's a little similar to what you taste from that wine.
Interesting. Well, I do have a herbalism and poisoners kit, so I have vials. I would appreciate. I would like to fill up a vial with
go ahead.
This stuff.
Yeah.
And is there also just uncrushed berries around of this?
Yes, right next to it, you see that there are berries that they have put in there. But there's just as I put them there, so yes, you can grab them. Yeah.
So, do the berries also have this aura, or solely this vat?
No, it actually seems like the berries seem much more concentrated with it than the barrel, than the vat.
Ah, berries are worse?
Yeah.
Okay, I will grab a handful of those berries and put them in a pouch and put them in the bag of clothing.
Yeah, go ahead. You'll be able to grab I will say a handful.
Yes. I have to remind that.
This is something definitely that Gav wants to know. Gav, if you can hear me, I've got something for you to identify later. Never know when these guys are in my head.
And Gav, as he says that, you feel a strange tingle and you sneeze. Tingling your nose and you sneeze. And we continue back in the room here. So you look at them over, and it looks like they're sincere, but they feel a little ashamed or guilty, maybe about hiding a secret, perhaps. Githa says, well, anyway. Now that we have answered your question, I am curious about what Annalise said. I thought there were a lot of guests. Where have they gone?
Yes, well, the reason I found out of that portal is because all our guests walked through it.
Excuse me? And you see the sisters all look at each other, and there's a little shock on their face.
I tried to stop them, but they all just ran in it.
You see Arale gets up and she says, oh, Githa, we must start a ritual. We must make sure that this isn't any backlash on us.
Does she look sincere with that? And that make sure it doesn't have backlash?
There seems to be fear on her face. I think it would be a good idea for all of you to sign a contract and to go ahead and says Githa as she puts the papers on the counter. She says, as Arale stated, it's probably good for us to go and hold a ritual to make sure that no evil can come out of that mirror.
Speaking of things coming out of that mirror, you said every once in a while something would.
Correct.
What did you do with those things?
Well,
I'll elbow punch
Clang?
my friend Kling to wake him up.
all right.
Embarrassing.
Clang, you feel a sharp stab in your side as Ikamale tries to wake you from your slumber. Githa says, well, it's a little bit private, I suppose, but we help used it to enhance our vineyard.
So, you thought it was evil, but you put it into wine.
I didn't put it in the wine. We just helped it to improve our vineyard.
Is
And,
Kling still sound asleep?
That is up to George.
He is wide awake.
All right. Okay.
In fact, I was typing something right now.
Okay.
She says, it's just that we make sure to cleanse everything. We couldn't put it back, and the strangest thing was that they seemed to be parts that belonged to the vineyard, and so we put them back in the right places.
Yeah. You thought all of this was evil, even to the point where now you want to go do a cleansing ritual. But
To make sure that whatever comes out of it isn't evil. Like we said, it just randomly decides to show places, people, whispers. Not all of them are, well, fill us with confidence that it's all just as peaceful as some of the things that we have seen. Sometimes the things that we see are horrible.
I feel like I came in at a time where I was not understanding everything that's talking about here.
They both, all of them, like are a little. Oh, gives them a little scare as you suddenly, your really deep voice starts speaking into the room. Oh,
Well-
I'm so sorry, says Arale.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I was having a bit of a nap here, I suppose.
We were
Which is rude of me. I
discussing-
apologize.
No problem. Sometimes the wine, the drink does that, and we were just merely discussing, well, the mirror and the portal, and sometimes it seems to be fine, and sometimes it doesn't.
Wait, there's a portal?
Well, yeah, I guess it was better for us to admit that indeed there was a strange mirror, and sometimes things came out, so it's not the weirdest thing to imagine that it is indeed a portal.
Well, I ain't the magic-y type here, so I can't tell you what it is or isn't here. I'll take y'all's words for it, because y'all's more the magic-y type. Well, he'll point up at Gav, say he's more the magic-y type than I am here, and he'll look over at Ikamale. He's just too handsome. I'm sorry. How do you
with that?
handsome?
I just give my big my best award-winning smile.
You see Arale fan herself.
Oh dear Lord, he's that handsome.
Oh my.
Oh, they have the vapors.
Oh god.
But she says, well, Mr. Gavorkov, I don't mean to misunderstand, but you sound somewhat accusatory. Don't appreciate it, but I understand.
I'm just
there's anything
confused
else-
by the whole ordeal.
Well, let me put it simple for you. Whatever it is, we don't know exactly what we have to deal with. We just know that some items they came out. Like, and she points to the corner here, where there is this wooden beam that has a carved statue, like against the ceiling, like in a corner. And she says, like that one was missing before, and then the mayor just spat it out. So, you know, sometimes it just does good things, and I don't think the mayor is necessarily good or evil. I think it just spits out whatever.
Sounds like it's helpful for the most part.
Let me ask you this. And he's gonna say, I'm gonna project an illusion of a face. Tell me if you recognize the face. He's gonna minor illusion Morgana's face in the air.
Oh, Annalise. That looks like what you described. And she takes like a step back. And Annalise looks at it and she says, yeah, that's the one. The horrible singing, the horrible voices and whispers.
Wait, is he talking about the voices that? He's gonna lower his voice a little bit more, like. Wait, is the voices that Morgana told us she's hearing?
Pin subconsciously squints his eyes.
Did someone just utter blasphemies?
I have no idea.
No, that's not a blasphemy, and you know damn well.
So, a nice
I
little piece of information for all of you. Everyone hears the whispers, but Morgana always pretends like she's the only one, and every other goblin also pretends that Morgana's the only one, because the people that say that they hear the whispers too, they tend to be on the shroom, the doom shroom squads that tend to die. So everyone agrees that Morgana's the only one that hears the whispers.
And that's why I said that's why Kling said, isn't that the one? Aren't those the voices that Morgana says she hears?
I think Morgana also hears whispers when she's not at a mirror, though.
Yes, Morgana always hears whispers. So the thing is, what Annalise likely hears is the whispers that talk to Morgana. Because Morgana, you all know the whispers are really there. Just no one understands them. Morgana's the only one that can interpret them.
And this individual here, is that the only individual you've seen in the mirror?
Well, no, we've seen random places and people and strange planes, really.
So it's not a direct link.
But that one was prominent in the start, especially. In the start when we just discovered the mirror, that one would show and it would wake up Annalise, and she described this strange, old, greenish creature in a dark room with flames and whispers. It gave her nightmares.
She's not that old, is she? He'll look over at Cav. Hey, Morgana's not that old, right?
I don't know who you're talking about, but this person here, as he points over towards them, seems like they are in their later years. And he gives you a stare.
Well, she literally just said, apart from Morgana, she sees this, right?
Yeah.
No. What? Oh.
She said she's seen in other
Okay.
people, but Morgana was the first one they saw and gave her nightmares.
Yeah.
The old green creature in the room. That was Morgana.
Yeah. And that's why I'm asking. Wait, she's not that old, right?
Yeah. Which is really cute of Clang, because Morgana is like ancient. No one knows how old she is.
She can't be more than. And he'll take his hand out and he'll start counting, and he'll stop at 4 because that's how many fingers he has on one hand. He'll look at his fingers. This many.
Yeah, she's lived for at least that many generations. It's just very rare. Most goblins only live one.
Even a full one either. Sometimes only half of one.
Exactly.
And
But yeah, that's yeah.
when these things dropped out of the mirror, was there ever an image that accompanied them?
Well, no, just the statue, for instance, is the one time we saw it in this room. But we already knew it belonged here because it was the only corner that was missing.
Okay. Well,
You see that Githa is starting to get a little restless, like impatient.
I apologize for all the questions. I'm just thorough.
That's quite
Especially
alright.
since we are to work together.
Yeah. Quickly before they inside check you.
You know, pins. Wait, where's pins?
She says, I appreciate that. I appreciate it especially since
You-
you're working for us, but
Did you say that out loud? Where is pins?
That was above game. Just being silly.
Okay.
oh. And Githa starts to look around and she says, well, I think it would be good if there's the questions to sign a contract and to get to Norway so that, well, our products don't arrive too late. We've already had so many hiccups, and I would
Right,
appreciate
right.
it. Things will start to look good, so I need all of you to sign. First one here, I see Clang.
Of course. Yeah. On my way. Yeah. Ah, me back.
And she goes
what is
sit
it?
next.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, she sees that you're a little unstable, and she goes like sit next to you or on the chair, and she says, "Here," and she starts to go through the papers. She says, "If you could sign here, please." And Clang, you can see that your names are in the order of Clang, Gavorkov, Ikomali, Pins. So Pins is the last one, but all of you are gonna have to sign. Pins, you are there. You have taken that vial of wine.
Yes.
What are you doing now?
Oh, I down it. No, just kidding.
I was
Uh,
with my yogurt and I was like, okay, let's go.
Oh god.
He's
No,
balls.
no, I'll give it to Clang later. I'm gonna go up the ladder.
Go, yeah, you go up the ladder. You come into a space that is about the same size of this room you're in, plus the kitchen. And it seems to be just a living space. It's sectioned off.
Give me a moment. Okay, I lost connection there.
Welcome back.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so I
Okay.
just entered the attic and there's a monster.
No.
Then
But
I trust you. You sneaky.
it seems to be sectioned off in one part that's like a seating area, and one part that has 3 beds, which seem to be the sisters. Doesn't seem to be separate rooms. They seem to all sleep in the same room. And there are these trunks at the foot of every bed. There's just some cabinets. It looks pretty cozy. There's a lot of herbs hanging around. You see that there's a desk that has this roll hanging from the wall that has all kinds of schematics on it of basically dissecting creatures and plant life and cooking recipes.
Well, look quickly. What sort of creatures? Like what type of creatures?
Mostly boar, chicken, kind of the average things
Okay.
that you would like make food out of.
Yeah. It looks like these schematics are intended for food.
It seems to be both learning purposes, because it does have like all these lines and information about what every item is. So it doesn't seem like it's just for food. It seems to also be to just know where everything is and how to properly dissect a creature.
Interesting. So my favorite enemy is monstrosity. Do I pick up on anything that's like, wait a second, that's not a normal animal?
Roll me an investigate. Is that for a quick glance, or are you actually investigating?
No, now that I'm seeing that they're dissecting animals, I want to look.
Okay, so you walk over to the desk. Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. Do I still roll that with advantage from the coffee, or is that only perception?
Yes, you do. No, that's perception. Right? Or did I say investigation as well? I think it's
No.
just perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, investigation 23. Okay. You walk to the desk. It's a pretty wide desk. It has many drawers, and especially right under the table itself, there's a drawer as wide as the desk. Basically, seems to be locked, but there are lots of scrolls and books, very thick books on the table. You see that some of them have symbols that you recognize from Volkov, magic kind of symbols. When you go through to see if you can find more animals, you do indeed. When you ruffle through the papers, it's not all that neat. You do find stranger creatures that you don't eat. A lot of them have to do with mushrooms. Creatures that fungal kind of creatures that don't live in this area at all. Creatures that are more akin to the creatures that you find in the swamp, Lickishroom caves, those kind of areas.
When I recognize those patterns and those creatures, with that investigation, do I the context of where I find them and what they're researching? Are they literally just researching the creature, like for scholarly purposes, or are they doing something with these things?
They are instructional papers and information papers, and you see that some of them have Arile's handwriting on it with notes. So it seems like she might be studying it.
All right, but I don't see a random note saying something like 3 ounces of drained monstrosity eye gourd to go into this wine.
You just see notes of you would see notes of heart, and then small notes like what some of these things do.
It's academical.
Seems academical, yeah.
Let me see. I'm not proficient in medicine, but I'm proficient in nature. Does it seem like these seem like the studies of someone trying to be purely academical?
You have been in Flint's back room. You would have seen similar kind of schematics.
Okay, interesting. Well, everyone has their hobbies, I suppose. I want to keep looking around, just for anything that's other of interest.
Okay. You look around. Like I said, there's many cabinets, all kinds of things. You're gonna have to choose what you want to do. So there's lots of cabinets. There's the trunks. There's the sitting area. There's the bed. Basically, all the beds. What is it specifically that you want to do? In the meantime, though,
Trunks.
Trunks. Okay. You go look in the trunks. The trunks are not locked. You can open them. And so as you do, you find kind of common things: sets of clothes, personal items, like soaps and the sort. Pretty mundane, actually. When you come to Erele's trunk. So that is Githa's trunk. If you go to Erele's trunk, you do also find a lot of bundles, carefully wrapped, some in cloth, some in some kind of rice paper. There's lots of herbs, different kind of herbs, even some kind of strange feathers. When you get to Annalise's trunk, you see kind of the same thing: clothes, some perfume bottles, some regular things, and also a sickle with dried blood on it.
I lick it.
Of course.
You look at
Yeah.
for me, nature.
Yep. Jesus.
6. It's very old blood. You cut your tongue. Now there's more blood on it.
Oh shit.
I wipe it on my clothing and put it back.
You now your tongue is bleeding, but you put it back, and surprisingly, this sickle looks like it hasn't been cleaned ever since whatever it has cut, but it's extremely sharp. You put it back. As you put it back, and the light kind of hits it, and there's like this little shimmer, a little bit similar to what you see on Ikumale's sword, on
On my dagger.
Klang's, yeah, like a magical kind of shimmer.
Kling's armor.
Yeah, basically. So you know there's some kind of enchantment on it, possibly.
It's a tongue-cutting enchantment.
Cutting enchantment, yeah. But as you do that, Klang, Githa shows you exactly where to sign, and she says, I'm so relieved that we finally have a group of people we can entrust this properly with. The last batch we had wasn't doing so well. Also, I got a hard complaint from that, what's that boy called? He had a weird name like Everdeen. And then
Yeah.
Edivane.
Yeah, Edivine. Yeah, I know the guy. Not exactly the brightest pickle in a jar, and the last time there was a fight,
What?
he decided to cower like a little child.
You see Delmar like move a little, but that he keeps looking straight forward, pretending not to listen. And Githa says, there's a reason we were so quick to actually trust you. And she takes out a sheet of paper, like a rolled up paper, and she gives it to you, Klang.
I'll take it here, and I'll say, but his companion Johanna, that is a woman. If she was green, I'd probably be all over her.
And Githa says, well, she was the one reason we took them on.
He'll take that paper and he'll look at it here.
Okay. You unroll it. And surprising to you, you see a rough sketch of your face, of your glamour face. It's only done with excessive angry eyebrows and extreme devious look on your face. And there's even a little goatee.
Well, see, it's almost perfect here. But you see, I don't have no facial hair.
Well, yeah, scroll it down further, and you unroll it further.
Oh, no.
And it says wanted. 5,000 gold pieces. Dead or alive.
Huh. I thought it was worth more than that.
Well, it's a starting price. The longer you stay alive.
Maybe we'll encounter more of his cronies later on down the line, eh?
I just thought you might want the warning, especially since you're going towards Aradil.
Oh, my lady, please. I've already got something taking up most of me inventory because of that fool. He knows where he is. He can find us whenever he's trying not to curse because he's in polite company. He
She,
remembers from his novels that you don't curse in front of ladies.
you do know that. And she laughs at you and she says, "Well, I just hope you'll be safe. And I, I don't know if you have another glamour or something, but just be safe."
I'll see if I can get Gav to look at this here, see if he can probably tweak it a bit.
That might be a good idea. Do you sign the paper, Clang?
Oh, I am definitely signing the paper.
Oh no. As she hands that paper to Beast and you'll say, if you don't mind, I'd like to read our contract.
Of course. I wouldn't expect any less. And she gets up and she walks over to you and she puts the paper on the thing there and she shows you where to sign. And she says, "That's number 2. And Annalise says, "I'm going to refill some of these barrels. Let me see if I can have one of our simulacrums do so." And she disappears through the door.
As she leaves the door, I'll give Pins a warning that one's coming.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. Right.
Are we all made to sign the same contract, or is each given a different paper to sign individually?
It's all the same contract, but you know that once it's signed, it will create a copy that gets absorbed in your sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it probably won't get absorbed to my spear, unfortunately.
So it's just a single.
That fool does not like me here, and he seriously, I really wish I would have had Gav look at the damn letter before I opened it.
What's going on with it then? Erla looks at you.
It's this Fabione Clear fellow. He's put some sort of enchanted letter in me place in me spear here, and he scratches his chin a bit here. It's taking up most of my inventory here. Weighs almost 100 units here. I have no idea what units of measurement we use here. He'll look over at Ikamari. Do you know?
Pounds.
Kilos?
What's a kilo?
I don't know.
Same. We're both
Yeah.
stupid.
Erla says, "That sounds like a curse."
Probably.
Well, that's my specialty. I could help you with that.
Oh, would you? Oh. Well,
Yes.
I also don't want to take up too much of your time now, Monday.
Oh no,
Won't take all the time you need.
These contracts will be signed soon, and I would be happy to help. Or for you guys actually trying to protect and save us.
And so you see Erla comes close to you and she sort of touches this amulet she has on her neck, and you see a glow starts to happen, and like the wind flows through her hair. It starts glowing a brighter, like the yellow, the bottom, and she says,
Would you mind getting your sphere out?
He'll hold out his hand and materialize the sphere.
"All right." And she doesn't quite touch it. She just keeps her hand really close, and she makes this sort of grabbing motions, and she does that several times, and really slowly you see that paper appear as she keeps making that motion. As it slowly starts being dragged from further and further out, she says, "Oh, this is done by a powerful person." And her other hand is clasping her amulet and tighter. And at some point, this paper falls out and it boonks like a rock on the floor. And she's like, "Oh, well, there it is. It's gone. Would you like me to disintegrate that?"
Please. If it wouldn't be too much trouble.
And she clasps her medallion again, and she holds her hand close to the paper, and this bright light comes, and these white flames start incinerate this paper. And she says,
Yeah, that was particularly evil.
Well, not to badmouth an entire line of blood here, but they don't seem to be the most honorable people here anyhow, and I'm deleting that from my inventory.
Well, Fabian is well, he's a very famous, well, sort of a gladiator, I suppose you could call it. He does a lot of games in the arenas, and he's the favorite amongst many women, and well, he doesn't take it kindly when his name is dragged through the mud, and I suppose that's what you did.
Look over at Gav.
Gav just sighs. Well,
Did
I
you
guess
have
it's
him
solved.
disgrace his name?
you see Erle glances at you, Gavorkov, and she says, weird. And she then turns around and goes back to her stool.
Well, thank you all the same here.
No problem.
Gav, what's the contract saying?
What is the contract saying?
Okay, so it seems to be a very standard contract that says that you will be you will receive the agreed upon amount of money.
By the way,
upon
just to make sure, he will activate the Wreath of Dusk so that he can see through illusions.
Yes, there don't seem to be illusions, but it does seem to have magic. The same magic that of the other contracts, you know, that you have signed. And the contract is just saying that you get the agreed upon amount upon fulfilling the contract, which is take their product to Pemberley, which is on the southern side of Aerodale. And you will get your coin just upon arrival, basically. So someone will undo the seal from the cart. If everything seems to be okay, nothing seems to be missing, you'll be paid in full. Otherwise, you'll get a debt, and they have the right to hire a blood hunter to, get their damages refunded by you.
He'll look and say, well, I suppose you have to have some sort of insurance in case anyone just steals your merchandise. And he signs.
You know that this has been in all the other contracts as well.
Okay,
that,
never mind.
if you don't
Then he won't say
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
He'll just sign it. Looks good to me.
All right, fantastic. And she gets up and she moves over to you, Kimale, to sign the paper as well. And Gavorkov, as she moves, you get a glimpse of Erle, who is sitting right across from you, and she quickly looks away from you. And she has her hand on the medallion. But Githa will say to you, so, Mr. Kimale, would you like to read it as well, or would you just like to sign?
I would like to give it a quick glance, and as I see that Penis's name is there as well, I look at Clang and say, "Oh, hey, Clang, look, they got your second name here as well," and I point at Penis's name. Do you mind if I just scratch that name over?
Well, there's some slight confusion in Githa.
Can you narrate?
Deception as well.
This is not gonna go well.
No, this is not gonna go well. I think we would have been better off if you would have said, "Hey."
Said nothing.
That's a 12.
A 12. Githa looks at you in confusion and says, "Well, no, all four of you need to sign." And she looks around the room. All four. And you see her sort of go from you to Clang to Gavorkov.
Meanwhile,
Again, push me.
Meanwhile, in the attic, you heard that he said, "One is coming your way." Well, what do you do, Pins, in this time, in this
I
moment?
need to move over to the attic here. There we are.
Well, okay, just keep them busy and don't mention my name.
Too late.
I just checked the 3 trunks.
Yes.
I am currently kind of high and seeing things very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that catches my eye that seems out of the ordinary?
Roll me a single perception.
Because now I have to work fast.
Yeah, you don't know that though.
27. You
Loose floorboard.
see that from one of these cabinets, one of the drawers has a slip of paper sort of sticking out from it, but not from the top like it would, but from the bottom.
How do you mean from the bottom? Like it's under the cabinet?
Like it's, if you would open the drawer, it would be pasted on the bottom of the drawer.
Alright, I will check.
You pull open this drawer and you feel strange tingle. But you do clearly see that a piece of paper was slapped underneath it, but just not properly so that it's like a tiny bit of it was visible. Do you grab the paper?
So when we with hypno the woody cuties,
Mhm.
you feel some kind of charm overcome you. Is that the tingle that I feel?
No. You feel something that is akin to Gavorkov's alarm spell.
Oh. Whoops.
Damn it, damn it, damn it. You forgot to check for traps.
Yeah.
Well, true.
You hear laughter in your head.
Is that fucking Scully?
For only 1,000 gold pieces, I can lock this drawer as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I want to just look without touching at the paper.
Okay, you look at the paper, you sort of lay down or like you know, go through your knees and then like twist your neck and look at the paper. Seems to be some strange, like a letter almost in code, in a strange kind of ink.
Does it seem like thieves' cant or other kind of code?
Seems like a personal shorthand of code.
Alright.
Damn it.
I have seen what's her name? The notes of Arelay, I think. Right? From the dissection books.
Yes,
So whose handwriting is this?
not Arley's.
Okay. Does it seem like female handwriting?
How would you be able to tell that?
Oh, please. You definitely know.
It seems like it's possibly one of them. Like, it seems like it would logically be one of them unless it was sent to them. It's hard to tell. In the meantime, down there, guys, you see Gitta suddenly stir up. She looks up, almost like in a sort of a daze, as if she noticed or hears something. The key says,
Tick tock, tick tock.
I grabbed the note.
okay, you grab the note.
I
Yeah, go on.
I put it in my in my sphere.
All right. You
And
see, yeah.
and I attempt to close the door with my thieves' tools.
Which door?
The cabinet. I mean.
Oh no, it was drawers, so you can just close the drawer.
Right.
Yeah.
Drawers. Okay.
As you do that, you guys in the living quarters or in the common room, you see Githa suddenly get up. She drops the pen out of her hand, and she looks at Arale. Arale looks back at her, and she then starts moving away.
I get the feeling something, and this is under my breath here or in my head. I get the feeling Pinch did something stupid.
Are there any windows here?
No, there is just the attic or the hatch.
As I'm just left with the contract there, I'm just going to cast message.
Shit,
Yep.
I think they're onto you.
Whatever you do.
Right.
Whatever you did.
Is there any
Stop doing what
Okay,
you just did.
I take out the whistle
Which whistle?
for Greytooth.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it does it like make an actual noise, or is it like a dog whistle, like a silent?
It's like a dog whistle where it makes a really high pitched noise.
Okay, I blow it.
You blow it. Were you the one that had the special whistle made? Yeah.
Yes, that was me.
Okay, so you hear all the pets in the pen. You hear sort of like a growling and like when horses start becoming unruly. But he is the only one that actually manages to get out because of that whistle, and he starts quickly moving. He's not there. You don't know what he's doing. You have no idea. You just hear commotion coming from the stables.
Yes. So that's the first thing I do. I hope that whatever, wherever he is, he hears it as advertised, and he's making a commotion. And I run to the ladder and like slide down like a game style.
Okay. As you do that, she starts moving down the hallway quite quickly. And Arale looks at all of you, and she says, "Oh, I think the intruders are back." And she looks at Delmore and she says, "Delmore, I thought we've secured all the rooms." And he nods. He says, "I'll take a look right now. Where did you sense it?" "Up in the rooms." "I'll go right now." And you see him leave as well. You did. Would you? I wouldn't want to ask any more of you.
I'm already under contract, so.
I would appreciate it very much.
Same, of course. Yeah.
Advice. I'll just pick the contract. I have not actually signed it. I just picked the contract and
So this is our receipt, yeah?
and I just put it in my pocket.
Oh my God, no, dude! Don't do this! Don't do this!
And Arale, she says, "That brute, he must be back to try and steal our formula again." And you remember all that she mentioned this before, that the man that hired you actually to do some subterfuge here tried to steal the formula before. So you guys start moving, and you see also that Githa and Delmore are starting to make their way over there. In the meantime, you hear sort of that loud lion-like roaring as Greytooth is making his way. He does have to sadly walk all the way around, but he's really fast with all his sprinting, starting to make his way over here. And he actually starts scratching like loudly and jumping up against the fence here, which Githa is worried. She looks back at Delmore, and Delmore says, "It's all right, I got it." And Delmore actually is going that way.
But that door is thrice locked.
Yeah, it is. He has the key, so he will
Alright.
try and unlock that, and he will go that way. While Githa sort of watches at him, and then she sees you guys, and she says, "What is this? You should
We're
be
called
safe
to
there.
help.
So you need some help?
Yeah,
All right.
we offer just to help. Yeah.
Right, so I
Ah,
have a
I would appreciate it.
Where are we
a
going?
mechanical question.
Yeah.
What kind of lock what was this mechanically?
It seemed like it was a normal lock, like that you put a key in, but and it also
Yeah,
felt
oh,
that way when you were
yeah,
doing
but-
it. But
yeah,
obviously there was
it was
something
intended.
strange about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it seemed like just a big holy lock from like medieval times.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so Pin's hearing commotion there. He's gonna run over here, take a few bullet pelts, put them in the lock. Buy some time.
Okay. Githa goes stand over here and she says, "Well, of course, if you don't mind, I would much rather you have deal with an intruder." And she gives the key to you, Kavorkov.
That door? He'll ask as he points that way.
Yes, right there.
He'll
And
move.
there's a ladder and our living space is up there.
Very well. All right. I'll stand right behind. I'll actually draw my katana, just in
Alright.
case.
I'll draw my sword, and I'm just ready to shield charge right in as Gavarov opens the door.
Do you mind if I just,
Yeah,
stand
just
back?
stand aside.
Of course. You're not supposed to. You should be right back there where it's safe.
And you hear her sort of really quickly, with a slow run, move back to the common room.
He's gonna.
As you hear Dalmor start undoing the barricades over there. You guys, Kavorkov, you can start trying to put the key in.
I was
if you
gonna
want.
say to the others in Goblin, please don't tell me it's one of us.
Okay,
And
I won't tell you.
I'll cast message.
For fuck's
to
sake.
Pins. I'll cast message to Pins without the the others knowing. Please don't be in there.
As they
So
turn
please
the
tell me
key.
you're not opening the door.
Yeah, and then I'll just under my breath say, "Yeah, it's Pins."
Meanwhile, I'm trying this window.
Yeah, you
Tell him
you open those shutters.
whatever he
and
does.
These windows are surprisingly solid and closed. You feel like these are enchanted, as this is basically the secret workroom they have, where they do the secret.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should know what Kling is gonna do if he finds you in there, right?
Shit.
Tell him to wait for us. I can make him disappear.
Are there any like people workers around?
No, you're alone in there.
No, I mean like when we were walking around, were workers busy? Were they
Oh
awake?
yeah, the workers are busy, but they are in this. Who you guys are in this area.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's where they all are.
I
So,
will unlock the door.
If it's them, I will whisper in Goblin.
Are they with you?
No, it's just us, you idiot.
Alright.
He's the guy who's gonna unlock the
For
door.
only 500 gold pieces.
I'm gonna
I'll
fucking kill him.
open this door.
We have a key.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm
Calm
gonna
down.
fucking kill him.
We have to make sure he escapes. Otherwise, we're all gonna die. They're gonna kill us.
No, let's just play it off as if I was coming here to help you guys.
The doors are locked, you idiot. There's no way you could have gone in.
You hear sort
Don't
of like
tell them I was
scream
already
from
inside.
Dalmor. Calm, beast, calm. How did you get out of the pens? And as Dalmor has is starting to deal with Greytooth, you hear the loud roaring of Greytooth as you hear him struggle with Dalmor.
Gaworkov is going to open the door, and he's gonna look at Pin. He's gonna say, "Okay, go out the back. Where?"
Gavorkov, as you try to put your key in the door, it seems to be blocked by something.
Yeah.
Prince, whatever you're doing, get out the way.
Let me take out the
Get
bullets.
away, because somebody's gonna come and charging at the door here. Somebody's coming at the door right now. You better get out the way. All right, get out the way. I'm gonna go ahead and charge it.
Don't charge that. Oh my god.
Clegg is gonna ram the door open.
Roll me strength.
Oh,
Vince
here we go.
Vince is there with thieves too,
20.
and like tweezers trying to get the bullets out, and he looks through the keyhole and is like, oh no.
So Clang just like bashes into that door with a fucking 20. Vince, as you are trying with tweezers and with little tools to get those bullets back out, you get knocked in the head. You almost pierce your own eye out. As Clang, you get blasted back against this wall. As there definitely seems to be like a magical vroom.
Okay,
So
that
this
didn't
door is
work.
absolutely enchanted, and you get blasted all the way over
There is
there.
a Clegg-sized dent
warned
in
you.
this wall.
Oh no. How fast? How hard?
Very hard. You kind of like hit your back against the vat, and your head like conks backward, and some of that wine like actually spills over your skin, and it feels weird. It actually seeps kind of like it's almost like you absorb some of that.
No. I will try to take out the hot cold bottle as fast as I can, and like put some on my hand and like wash this part of the skin.
Okay, you do that. In the meantime,
That didn't
those
work.
bullets
Step
are
aside.
Yeah,
You
I
were
would just say it in
like
Goblin.
Dalmor rolled really bad because he's struggling with Greytooth, who's loudly roaring. He doesn't hear any of that.
Was it?
Brave Morgana.
Try the key again now. Ow.
You hear the jiggling of the doorknob.
Yeah.
Scab's trying to king.
You slide in the key, it goes in smoothly. It just opens, no problem, and the door swings open.
The
And you
second
see
Gav these
Pins with the
the second Gav these pin going to cast invisibility. So he's going to move
Touch.
forward and cast invisibility.
And I'll just run up, just look, but yeah, nothing's here, and go up the ladder.
Okay, yeah, go. You move up the ladder and you come in that same attic room, where it's about the size of this room plus the kitchen.
Yeah,
And yeah.
do I see anything out of place? Like, would I see any in quotes intruders apart from pins?
No, you definitely don't see any intruders. You know
All
that.
clear.
You definitely know that Pins has been there, but you also know he triggered
Ow.
something.
And I'll just come down. I'll just come down. Yeah, it's all clear up there.
Cast invisibility. Say, quick out the back. Act like you've been with the animals.
Alright, here, take these bullets and spread them like as a distraction.
And I drop them on the floor because he can't see me.
And you hear Greytooth is still trying to get to you, and Dalmor is like running after him. Back, beast, back! And you hear him take out something. You don't know exactly what it is, but it hears like clingy. And as he does that, Greytooth starts to calm down a little. And he says, "There we go. Don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna get you back. I don't know what spooked you, but you're gonna be okay." That's what you hear as you guys start trying to make your way out.
Is anybody gonna actually peel Cling out of the wall here?
You see that Clang is almost flattened against the wall
Butt
as he took
first
that
in the crack.
blast.
Ow!
Can you get out?
I can't feel anything. Am I dead?
I'll take him by I'll grab him by the chest and just pull him out.
Yeah, you pull him from the wall. There's a little dent, but it's Clang sized.
So it's been a while since we played and since we first entered this area up here in the front common room. And they told us that they had problems with an attack before.
Yeah.
Did they mention who that was?
Yeah. They mentioned that they were hooligans, basically, or hirelings from Belthar.
Belthar.
Yep.
I think that-
Same idiot that done
Yeah, the
hired
guy
us.
that. Yeah, the guy that hired you to investigate them,
Oh, right. Okay.
and that he also tried to blackmail, or not blackmail's not a good word, but coerce them to.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good way to put it there.
Give up the land and give the ingredient for the wines they had and stuff.
Okay. Did the orc or the what's it called, it's not slaves, the servants that Belfar had, did they have any indications that they worked for him, like on their like insignias or anything?
No, they seem to be same as the guy that you have over here that works for them. They call them simulacrums, and they all seem the same.
Right.
And so the workers that worked for Belthar also looked all identical, but of a higher grade. And so they seem to be what you can sort of see as some kind of illusory magic, sort of expensive help that you can buy from mages.
Yeah, but his hooligans wouldn't be that. His hooligans would be higher.
No, exactly. For instance, that when you got attacked by Shadow, those were some serious mercenaries.
Okay, well, I climb out of the window here.
Okay.
And I want to look around to make sure no one sees me. Also, I'll look up just to make sure.
Yeah, okay.
I think we should get back to the common area then. Do let them know it's all clear.
Does it seem clear?
We go.
Well, we're gonna have to tell him something because an alarm rang.
Well, if Icky said he didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but we can say, oh yeah, it was a false alarm. It's magic. That's how it works.
Does it seem clear though?
Well, it just means that they was easy to get out the place here before we got.
I mean, how secure are these windows?
As secure as the door. Like pins striking before, they're magically enchanted.
Crap.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened.
You're basically inside the vault right now. Doesn't matter if they're windows; it's still a vault.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do we pull this out then?
Yeah. So, do I see anything here? Or anyone, rather? Okay.
No, not person. No.
So I take out vengeance.
Okay, go ahead.
And I shoot in the air, just for sake of noise.
Okay, you do that. You cause. Okay. At this point. Okay, so at this point, Dalmor started to walk Greytooth back to the stables. Now everyone hears a gunshot. People are gonna start moving. So you all hear a gunshot. Everyone gets a turn of movement, whatever they want to do, but so do the NPCs.
He's gonna have us a long day.
You guys are definitely making it interesting. Let me put it like that.
So which
So the NPCs
hear
have
it come
moved.
from outside. Okay.
So the gunshot came from that direction, so where Pins is.
Okay. Do we know about this being a door that goes outside?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Kling is going to sprint as far as he can to get to that door. There we go.
All right.
I'll follow up as a sidekick.
You're more handsome than me. I'm the sidekick.
Gav just thinks
get
to
this straight.
himself, he doesn't blame Shadow if she's gone by the time they get back.
What does Shadow do? Do you tell her something? Because
Gav-
Shadow sees Arale move out of the outer room that way.
Yeah, he'll say, act like you are ladies' bodyguards. Yes.
All right. So
I'll
she
also,
will get up. Yeah.
I'll also cast a message to Shadow.
We kind of need a distraction too. You can reply to this message.
Okay.
Oh no.
She says, "Oh, more voices in my head. Great. I'm on it." And she moves up here and she says, "Lady Arale, I don't think it's safe. Let me check it out." But so much is happening, and I just can't take it anymore. It's just too much. That's exactly what it is. And you
There's
hear
another
Gita
shot.
and Elise talk. Oh, there's another one. I'm sure there is another attack again. What are we going to do now? We can't go to the room. That's just been invaded. Just calm down, everyone. And you see that Shadow's standing over here, trying to calm everyone down as you guys come down that hall. So what do you do?
Okay.
Right.
Well,
So,
again,
is it my turn again?
I think it's
No,
your
you
turn.
just did your second shot. So
Yeah. Well, I can
Yeah.
technically do 2 shots in a round.
okay, fine. Then you get to walk, move what you want.
Right. So the second shot
Mhm.
was basically at my side. Give myself a graze wound.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So not directly on me, but more like next to my side, and basically more burn wound than anything else.
Like a scam shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I put it back in the sphere, and I start screaming,
Come back here!
Oh, isn't that one of yours?
It
see-
sounds like it. We got
Shadow
to
takes-
protect this house. Can just
Clang, you see Shadow.
wildly shouting.
Oh God.
You lock eyes and you see Shadow just roll her eyes.
Of course.
So you guys
Yeah.
get to move and do your reactions.
Just gonna sprint out there to where I can see pins. Be like, what the fuck's happening?
There was another attack. It was just one of them. Quickly, we have to protect them.
Roll me deception.
Advantage. I mean, we're
Yeah,
all on it, right?
Just for clarification, Kling has already forgotten that Pins has been espionaging here.
They got me. They shot me.
Okay, is it with advantage or not?
Yeah, are you still invisible?
No, because I shot the shot.
right.
Deception.
So yeah, deception then.
Right.
Where is it?
17.
17, pretty good. Okay. So Arale comes running after you guys. Is he hurt? Is someone hurt?
Hey, just a great wound. I can take
Yeah,
care
no,
of it.
it's
No
not
worries
weapons
on that. They're using. Freaking hurts.
Did you chase
I'll,
off the intruder?
I'll get close to Pins
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take out the contract.
I kind of need your signature on this before we go back.
What?
I need your signature.
Sign the paper and I'll heal you.
Oh God, you devious bastard! I love it.
Take some of my blood and sign.
And how hurt are you?
Sorry.
How hurt
How-
are you?
How much damage do I take from a scam
oh,
shot? Because
Yeah,
it's
roll for
2d6.
damage. Roll for
Okay.
damage with the
Well, it's not the direction I
vengeance.
accidentally missed.
Yeah, but still try yourself. We're gonna see
yes.
how much pain you got yourself. I mean, it's a rifle, you know. Like, how safely are you gonna shoot yourself?
Yes.
You'd be surprised,
Yes.
says the guy from Texas.
And he's about to crit himself.
Yeah, I think the damage keeps resetting. It was 2d6 plus strength, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Plus 1. So 8.
8. Okay.
Okay, so I'll heal you for 8 damage through lay on hands. So you don't need to take that damage at all.
No, I tell him to wait with it so that we can sell it more.
That sounds like a better plan.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
You see, that
In that case, I'll just touch you with my hand and actually heal myself.
all this commotion, says
Yeah.
Shadow, and she's just gonna lean against the wall here.
I start like half limping, running over here just randomly into the vineyard or to the edge here, and they're like,
I don't know what they used it as. It was super powerful. There were two of. It was one of them, and it just started running away after he saw me.
So you chased him out of the attic then?
I don't know where it came. He like, jumped out of the window, I think, or it came from around here. I don't know.
Damn,
Oh, it's a relief.
he never
Yes?
joined us on our trip to try and defend whatever was in the attic.
Wait, was the attic not related to the accident outside?
When we got in there, it was empty.
Spies usually work in twos here, unfortunately.
I think we chased them off. Oh, I'm bleeding so badly.
Oh, my dear. Annalise, you got to do something.
And Annalise will come up to you, and she
I'll,
will look at your wounds.
Before she can, I'll just grab Pins by the scruff. I'll give him a slap and I'll cast Cure Light Wounds. Cure Wounds.
Oh God!
Oh, interesting technique, says Annalise.
Goblin magic at its finest with these two here.
So, are we certain then? Did you see one or two people run off?
Ping?
Well, I only saw one, but as Clang said, they usually work in pairs, and I saw this one, I think, like, jump out of the window or something, but
Alright, apologize.
I don't
There
know
we
if
go. Now I'm back.
Welcome
I
back.
don't know if you
Alright.
worked alone in the attic or if there was someone else. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from both.
No, we're ever so grateful that you. Well, I'm so sorry you got hurt.
That's alright. After the battle earlier with our little ones, I just wanted to do a parameter check, and that's when I noticed some weird footprints, so yeah.
Footprints.
You see Early look around. She says, okay, well, I think it's time we added another god. And the sisters look at each other and they nod their heads and they say, well, it certainly has been much more eventful of a morning than I wanted it to be.
To be honest, more than one guard's a good idea.
And he's gonna extend the key to back to her.
Thank you. She takes it from you. She says, well, the least we can do is to get you some food from the road and some drink, and
We'll be on our way then.
because
Yes.
of what happened, we'll increase your reward with 500 gold pieces.
As Pins, as I was asking Pins to sign the contract, I signed it myself as well.
Mhm.
or business in the common room. I'll pull up the contract and it's all signed. There you go.
Okay. Erle takes it. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
The last two
Oh.
names are written in blood.
Oh, you see her like sort of sniff it and okay. She falls it away. She says, "Okay, you should all receive a copy soon." She puts it in a sphere, and your sphere is all like brim a little. And if you receive a copy of that contract in your sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A proper contract is written in blood. That's what Gav always told me.
What?
Oh,
That's the ones you should avoid. That's what I've been telling you.
Oh, right. I always mix those up. Sorry, my bad.
And he put a thumbs up.
that's a pretty important distinction.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
you
don't deal with
think?
the dark stuff, you know?
But all of you.
He says while
well,
his eyes are flames.
yeah, blue flames. She says, "Well, I suppose we'll get back and, well, and Emily says, I'll start working on getting an extra guard. I feel like that's highly necessary. Next time, you might not be so lucky with having so many actual fight-ready people on the premises."
I was gonna look at their faces, see how thoroughly they're all actually believing any of this.
Arale has like this really big eye. She's always basically come off as maybe more, not dumb, but more like an innocent type. Githa seems kind of like straight-faced always, but she looks a little pale. Annalise seems the same as ever. She always has that kind of like somber look on her face.
Arale, you said?
Annalise.
Oh, Annalise, right.
Yeah.
Annalise has a wisdom of 20. She sees everything.
Blow through our rules entirely.
All right. So, lads, let's get ourselves situated and on our way here then. And might I suggest, ladies, try the Elites Guild. Yeah, I know it probably can be a bit on the expensive side, but we's worth it. He says, flashing or presenting his Elite's badge, Elite Guild badge.
Arale sighs and she says, "You know, you have definitely proven that today by protecting us and saving us twice. I would definitely be in contact with them. Could I refer you?"
Of course. In fact, tell him I sent you.
"Thank you, I will do just so." And, and you know, you
Well,
guys
and
talk
if
a
you-
little. Yeah.
If you're gonna hire some guards for the perimeter, just make sure they're wearing some decent armor because those boomsticks hurt.
Oh, yes. We'll make sure. We'll try to get some really, really good ones from the Elite Guild.
The Elite's got some peoples with no house on the fire on them boomy sticks here. So let's get going here. We can't speed dawdling anymore.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the common room where Arale and Githa and Annalise send you off with a package of food, a drink with crystal in it. So your flasks are all filled with crystal water, and your animals are being led to the front of the building, and there is a horse that's being put in front of the cart, and basically they give you a map with a clear that gets absorbed in your sphere with a clear route description as you guys hand over the key of the cart, and your destination will be set as they say goodbye to you. And they'll say, "If there's anything else we can do, any other information that we can help you with, please feel free to contact." And Annalise, Githa gives you each a contact card.
I'll take it, and he'll actually provide his own contact. Clang will actually pull out his own contact card and provide it to her, in case you
Alright.
ever need anything, of course.
Much appreciated.
I'll take
And-
the contact card and taking a look from Kling. I don't have a contact card. I'll take a piece of the cupcake, of the moldy cupcake.
Oh no!
As you take out your cupcake, you see this is the cupcake that you put the gem in, right?
Yes, I'll just take one piece. I'm not actually showing the cupcake. I'm just taking a piece out of it.
Ah, okay, you take a piece out of it. You put your hand in there. It feels super moist and nice. Like the frosting feels like it's fresh.
Lovely.
All right. So they will send you on your way. And unless you guys want to stick around, you guys are sent off on the road.
Right.
All right, lads, let's not muck about no more. Let's go. Woo!
Once we're a bit away, I will. Is Shadow still walking, or is she sitting, riding?
She is
As,
gonna walk. She always walks behind you guys.
as we are all preparing to leave, he will cast message to Shadow, as he'll say,
Don't know if you can, but you might have noticed there's a bit of a secret area jutting out on the back left of the building. I lost contact with my familiar when I sent it there. Seems to be protected. He said there was cages and weapons.
and cast the second one.
There's a.
Don't know if you could check that out when you get the chance.
There's a silence, and then you hear, just because I work with you, I'm not gonna do and be a slave for free for everything and every whim you have. What is in it for me?
Well, this has changed. You're never a slave. Thought I've been treating you quite well. But if you want to be paid, we can get you paid.
All right, so if I carry my weight, I get part of the earnings.
Yes.
Well, consider it done.
Part of his earnings. Buff game.
Part of
Cleg's earnings.
And when you look back, as you're all standing outside getting ready, and you see the sisters, saying goodbye to you all. You see in the background, you see Shadow leans back against the counter here, and you see her leaning back further and further until she gets enveloped by shadows, and she just disappears.
Interesting. Okay.
Hey, what's that, Gab?
Nothing?
Okay.
Okay, so you guys mount your mounts, and you start making your way back out. Vince, back on your mount. You guys start making your way out of the Honeysuckle Winery with the cart, and all of you roll me a perception as you're leaving.
Perception. 21. I think Ikamal is just kind of sore that he had to part with some of his cupcake there.
Clang, you're the only one As you leave the premises and you go past these large white fields of honeysuckles, once you start leaving, suddenly something hits you. Awful smell, rot. And you get a strange image. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Okay.
Right.
Good job. Good game. Good game.
All right, so I'll say goodbye, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope to see you again next week. Thanks, Latch, for sticking around. I know it must be so late for you. So, from left to right, thank you all for being here. Volkov, played by Zenda.
I thought we were all gonna die today.
Me too. Pins, played by Latroth.
I never had a doubt. I had everything under control all the time.
Clank, played by Spectre.
I'm still gonna kill you, Pins. I don't know how, don't know when, but I'm gonna kill you.
And Ikamale, played by Ledgerbrill. I want to say Latroth.
And I'll help him.
Yeah, I already see two, like a bromance growing there.
You know, all I have to do is climb a tree. You can reach me here to heavy.
Hey, thanks all for being here. See you next week. Stay safe out there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're good.